Let's go, pal.
Hello fellow legends, Dabster Plays here with more Cyberpunk lore for you guys. In this video we're going to be going through the story of Panam Palmer, which by the first time you meet her she is an ex-nomad and is working as a solo. This is a long video so you can scroll through the chapters on the timeline and there are timestamps in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell for future updates on new content. Also, before we get into the video, I want to say that I have a Nomads lore video up and an Aldecaldos lore video up too, for those who are interested. The links will be in the description and in the cards above. But anyways, let's get right into the story of Panam Palmer. So when you're first introduced to Panam in the game, she's in a really big crossroads in her life. This is because she left her nomad clan, the Aldecaldos. Why would she do that? Because she was constantly fighting with the leader of the Aldecaldos, which is Saul Bright. And rather than being shunned by her whole nomad family, she decided to leave and to go to Night City. After leaving the clan and making a decision to go to Night City, she decided to try out being a mercenary, or a solo. So when you first meet Panam, you find her in Afterlife working for Rogue as her personal solo. This is in the mission Ghost Town. However, you probably don't know that you can actually find her in the heist mission during Act 1 of the game. I completely missed this on my first playthrough. Credit to my brother for finding this out. So I decided to try to find her on my own on my second playthrough. And sure enough, it was the truth. So just follow where I go and you'll be able to find her. When you find her in a heist mission, she's actually negotiating a deal with someone named Nash Bane, because Rogue made her team up with him as a mercenary. But at this point, it's still early on in the story, so you can't talk to them, and it doesn't even tell you their names. Here's the conversation they had when you walk in.
Rogue told me you're the one to talk to.
Relax, it's taken care of. We're set. Now about the Eddies. Who's paying exactly?
6th Street. Why?
Nothing. It's just that I'm running up some pretty steep expenses.
I've dealt with 6th Street before. We do the run, they'll transfer the credit.
Of course. Yeah. I'm sure it'll work out.
But anyways, you're actually supposed to first meet her in the quest called Ghost Town. In this quest, you start off trying to find Rogue, because Rogue has information on Anders Hellman, a guy that has a lot of information for V to get better. So V has to talk to Rogue. Whenever you go into the afterlife to talk to Rogue, you find her arguing with Panam. Except you're not supposed to know who Panam is at this point because V hasn't met her yet. But anyways, after Panam and Rogue argue, Panam storms off, and then you get to talk to Rogue.
No. This trouble, the net around me, you wove it. You know it. I lost everything.
Let me be plain. Again. Solve your own problems. Clean up your own.
Go yourself. Be careful who you bargain with.
Not here. Not there. Who are you?
Name's V.
And what is it you want, V?
Need your services. Gotta track a guy down. Anders Hellman. Hotshot engineer. Worked for Arasaka.
Millisec. Anders Hellman. Pinpoint him for me?
Thanks.
Jumping too soon. First, my help's got a price.
At the end of the conversation, Rogue tells you that you need to pay her for her help. And she's not cheap either, you gotta give her 15,000 eddies. There are no exceptions, no speech checks or anything, so you better have your money ready. But after you pay her, she does prove herself useful, and gives you a shard and explains to you a plan that she has to help you capture Hellman.
Got a shard for you. Intel. Interesting stuff.
Let's see what you got.
Your Hellman's not on any payroll, not officially anyway. But he does pop up in GNT's confidential stacks. It's a Kang Tao subsidiary, Chinese corp. Kang Tao's been using them as a fig leaf for years. They're masked for more sensitive operations. All that clear?
Probably keeping him hidden from Arasaka. Must have worked on a top-secret project.
Mm-hmm. Hidden from Arasaka or any other megacorp that wants what he knows. Decrypted map of upcoming Kang Tao convoy routes.
Think Hellman might be in one of them? Thing is, which one?
Take a look at the specs on this one. A lone AV, no ground support, no linked cargo manifests either.
Weird.
Sure, Kang Tao sometimes transports stuff unregistered if they want to push it under the table, but catch the load on this AV. Already approved in the system, but too low. So definitely no cargo on board.
Huh.
But there's a passenger list. Kang Tao security detail plus 1 VIP. Transfer from Chianti.
Our boy Hellman.
That was the good news.
There it is.
So what's the bad news?
Bad news is the extraction site. Look, Night City airspace. All this.
Mm-hmm. No way to jack the transport without the NCPD picking up on it.
And here, we're too close to Kang Tao. We even give that AV a dirty look, their backup hustle will be on us. But, right here's Jackson Plains. Narrow corridor, just outside the city, and just out of Kang Tao's reach.
Guess it's your lucky day.
Dead zone. I'll grab him there.
Gonna need a native to the area. Someone who'll set up the op, cobble together the gear.
At the end of the plan, Rogue tells you that you're gonna need someone who's native to the area and knows it like the back of their hand. So you're gonna need like a nomad. This is when she says that she has someone that can actually help me, which is Panam Palmer. This is where we get to figure out a little bit of why she was just arguing with Panam.
So a native. Know any hickmerks?
Just one. Panam Palmer. She can't count on her clan anymore, but she's a true nomad. She knows those lands. And she will help you. Won't have a choice.
Won't have a choice? Does not sound enticing. Not for her, not for me.
Enticing comes at a price you can't possibly afford.
Can't possibly afford to blow this chance at nabbing Hellman.
Your operation, your call.
Got a bad feeling, V.
Why's Panam gotta help me? I sense a catch. Pretty big one.
Occasionally, Panam moves merch for me. Last job? Well, wasn't a good day for her.
She run into a hitch?
Complete bust, actually. Lost the goods and her ride. Panam will do anything to get the load back. Means her dignity. I know her.
Okay. Guess I can try to help her. But if we don't know where to look, I mean...
We do. I do.
Fine. Let me hear what you know.
Rocky Ridge, ghost town just outside Night City. Panam knows where. You'll go there, get the merch back, wheels too. Naturally, you'll call her first, sending you her deeds.
Ah, finally. Let's get out of here.
All clear. Thanks.
Good luck.
So if you didn't get that, in a nutshell, Panam messed up really bad in her gig for Rogue, and someone even stole her car and her merchandise. And Rogue is using that to force her to work for you. However, later on in the story, we get to find out more of the details about that. But for now, let's go on with the mission. So now V has to call Panam to introduce himself and give her the offer that he just made with Rogue.
Hello?
Hey, Panam. Got your number from Rogue. Name's V.
Great. Where's that old warhorse want to kick me now?
Forget Rogue for a minute. I want to help you.
Oh, very kind. But it's far too little, far too late. So do tell Rogue she can eat my shorts.
Tell it to your therapist. Calling about your ride and the merch you lost. Interested? Or are you gonna tell me to eat your shorts too?
The rail freight yard on Bonita Street. The one hugging the city line. We'll meet there.
See ya.
So after that, you go and meet up with Panam and try to negotiate a deal.
Hey, Panam?
So you're V. Where's my car?
Agree to help me, you'll find out.
Oh, fuck no. You will not jerk me around. Tell me where my car is.
Hey, come on. Calm down.
Don't tell me what to do.
Fine. Know where to find the cargo and your car. You go alone, you won't get them back. And you could lose something else besides. So let's figure something out.
What do you want?
Need to hit a Kangtao transport. Won't be easy. Want to know I can count on you.
Are you out of your mind?
About you or the job. Kangtao's AV route will take it over Jackson Plains. Heard that should help us.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Gonna be a guy on board. Need to talk to him. In return, info on your cargo. Help in getting back what's yours. We got a deal?
I don't know. All right, deal. But if you want your thing done, we'll need to get my Thornton back first. So where is it?
Car's in Rocky Ridge. You're supposed to know where that is. Car's there, goods are there.
After you two make a deal to help her out, then she helps you. She mentions a guy named Nash underneath her breath.
Nash, you dirt-eating. I will strangle you.
After she says that, you get an opportunity to ask her who Nash really is. And it is through this explanation that she tells you what happened to her.
Nash a chum of yours? He hang you out to dry?
Do not call him that.
Fine. Partner.
Former. If ever. The shift tricked me. Straight nipped my truck and the merch. Probably now aims to sell it off in Rocky Ridge. Is he ever going to be disappointed?
So before we go on with her story, let's take a stop and explain what she just said. So, after you hear this, she practically pieces out together what happened. The guy that we saw during the heist mission talking to Panam making a deal with her, that was Nash. And he was actually becoming her partner because Rogue made her become partners with her. You see, Rogue has a tight leash on Panam, and personally I don't think it's really right, but that's just the way it was at the time. And she made her partner with Nash for whatever reason. And during that last mission that she was arguing with Rogue about how it messed up and how it was Rogue's fault, Nash was the one who messed up the mission. He took her car and the merchandise that they were gonna deliver, and he ran off, I guess, to sell it for his own profit. And that's what got Panam in trouble because he ran off and she was the only culprit left. And it wasn't even her fault. So of course she's mad. She's getting all the blame for it, and she didn't even do anything. So she didn't really mess up her mission. It was all Nash. Which, by the way, Rogue left out that he was a Raph and Shiv, and Raph and Shivs and Nomads are literally at constant war. They hate each other. And that made things even worse. So let's go on with her story. So after we come to an agreement, she tells Vita they need backup to do this mission. Then she explains everything to the client of the deal that got really messed up.
Rocky Ridge. Let's go.
Hang on. I should think this through. We'll need backup. We have one brief stop to make on the way.
Want to tell me where?
Give me a sec. I should call the client. Convince them to leave the bastard hanging.
Go.
Boz, hey. Nash is gonna pass you the merch in Rocky Ridge. The thing is, the mother screwed me over. Boz, I will take care of it. I just need you to give me a chance. Boz, come on. How many times have I moved things for you? And how many times have I failed? You have my word. After dark? Okay. No, don't call off the meet. Just don't show up. I'll take care of everything. Do you even have to ask? Of course I will. Thanks, Boz. You won't regret this. Okay. I have bought us some time.
So, where to now?
The Aldecaldo camp. I need to see some of the old clan.
Don't seem too excited.
That's not your concern. I still have friends there.
If you chose the Nomad life path, you can tell her that you used to ride with the Nomads too, and then she can see that you actually understand.
You know, used to ride with Nomads too.
Truly? I never would have guessed.
Yep, Backer clan, back in the day. Didn't work out between us, so I landed in Night City.
So we've something in common after all.
There's also another dialogue option that you can choose that explains why she's not riding with the Aldecaldos anymore.
Rogue mentioned your friends. Said you guys stopped seeing eye to eye.
Well, since Rogue said so, it must be true.
It isn't?
You mean to irritate me.
Okay then.
It was just a hiccup. They're still family.
So it's complicated.
You might say so. Yes.
Good, let's roll.
Get in.
During the car ride to the Aldecaldo camp, Panam opens up and tells you more about what happened to her.
How the hell did you land in this mess?
I liked the color. The air freshener and booster seat came extra.
You know I don't mean the car.
What am I supposed to tell you? That I'm not about to let my partner rob me and get away with it? That my fixer made me look like a fool? What about you? Why do you need that clown from the AV?
This particular clown's got intel I need. I'm running out of time to get it.
So why didn't she tell me she knew about Nash?
Rogue? Do better not to wonder what her agenda might be.
I can't stand the...
Rogue's queen of the afterlife. Plays her pawns as she pleases.
Did you just call me a pawn?
I got a good look at her. She rose to the top because she reads people. So what if she keeps things to herself? It's a skill in her profession.
Well, I think she's a lying, manipulative... She put me together with that rabbit. Did you know that?
Must have had her reasons.
You don't say. Rogue won't open her mouth without weighing the for and against. What to spill and what to withhold.
Guess you'll have to ask her yourself.
Oh, I'll be sure to. I'll especially ask why she told me to work with Nash, yet forgot to mention he was Raffen.
But seriously? Didn't realize Nash was Raffen?
No, the sneak forgot to show me his shiv card.
Don't you keep track of who's in the area? The Wraiths, right?
Until now, they mostly jumped corporate transporters down by Highway 64. I see you know things.
Nomad blood. Must have had her reasons.
You don't say. Rogue won't open her mouth without weighing the for and against. What to spill and what to withhold.
Once you get there, you get to see that Panam found two of her friends, Mitch and Scorpion. And just like that, they're talking to her just like nothing ever happened. This just shows that they see each other as family still, even after everything that happened.
Well, would you look what the cat dragged in?
Is that a ghost or is it just my hangover?
And who's this?
My babysitter. V, this is Scorpion. Mitch. Two old friends.
If you want to stay on her good side, do not pick this first option like I made a mistake. I had to reload.
One might not have needed a babysitter if you hadn't lost the merch and the car.
Shut it, V.
Are you kidding? Did that beauty Thornton of yours finally bite it?
She rode it to death in Old Night City.
Nah, it got clept.
Instead, pick one of the last two options, directed to Mitch.
Not a babysitter. Partner in crime.
What brings you to these parts, city girl?
The big city got too small for her. Do you have any idea how angry the old man's gonna be when he sees you here?
I've just come by for a spell. Saul needn't know a thing.
Panam, time's short. Come on.
I know.
Need your help.
With what? What's this about?
Raffen screwed Panam. Plan is to show him that was a bad idea.
How bad did they get you?
Bad enough to make me sit quietly through all your bull.
You know we would do anything for you, sister.
But now? Now's hard.
Seriously? You won't help?
Well, the old man told us to sit tight and get those generators back up after the batteries went kaput.
Generators? You won't help because of generators? Is this another joke?
And in the next dialogue option, I'm pretty sure that she'll lash out at you again if you say we'll be fine without them.
We'll manage without him.
Shut it.
So stay silent or put really could use your guys' help.
Really could use your help.
Not this time. We're needed here.
I don't believe this. So you'll stay put because Saul told you to. You couldn't care less about me.
Panam,
This isn't about Saul. It's about the clan. You know that.
Listen, we can't leave camp. No chance, but Saul never said a thing about gear.
Okay. Well, I'll need that rifle of yours. And some of my own stuff.
Take whatever you want.
And take care of yourself out there.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. I'll grab the gear, then be out of your hair.
Looks like you're stuck with me.
Mm-hmm.
You disappointed?
I don't know. Maybe a little, yes.
When we're walking through the camp to get the equipment, you can see everyone recognizes her and seems pretty excited for the most part that she's back, but she tells them that she's just getting stuff and leaving.
Hey, Panam, are you staying a while?
No, I'll be going again soon. We'll talk next time.
Have you brought someone new? Does Saul know?
Not your concern, friend.
Did you figure out your differences with Saul? Will you come back?
Panam, you'll stop by later, right, honey?
Next time, Ellie. I promise. So, I'm off.
Yeah, go on, go already. Call us sometime.
Keep an eye on her, V.
During your ride to the next part of the mission, you actually get quite a few dialogue options that are optional. The first one actually gives a lot of background of why she left Aldecaldos, and why she was fighting with the leader, Saul Bright, which ended up making her leave the clan entirely.
Seems you got a real problem with authority.
What?
Rogue, Saul. He your leader?
Their leader.
Seemed in a hurry to delta the hell out of there.
Let's just say Saul wouldn't have been happy to see me.
What happened?
The reason we came to California was because he promised to change for the Aldecaldos. He claimed we would turn over a new leaf. But you saw it. We got a handful of tents on a heap of sand. A hell of a promised land. I wanted something different. Better. Saul's a coward. He'll be the end of the clan, I'm certain.
In the next dialogue option, she'll tell you more about her relationship with Mitch and Scorpion as friends.
Mitch and Scorpion seem good souls.
The best friends a girl could ask for. I'd stay in the camp too if I were in their shoes. Saul and his generators, of course. Yet the clan comes first. But I'm not part of it anymore.
Still treated you like you're one of them. They care about you.
Mm-hmm. Do you have anyone you would call close?
Haven't been so lucky.
I see.
Once you get to Rocky Ridge, you guys sweep the area to find a plan, then discuss it.
Remember, as soon as we see them, you give us power.
Got it. Cover me, just in case.
Of course.
So Nash and the Ref and Shiv are going to be there at night to sell Panam's car, but what they don't know is we're going to be waiting for them, hiding, and then we're going to turn on the light to scare them and then sneak around them and get the car and leave. That's the plan anyways. You get to choose how you do it, either full on force or sneak. I've tried both. After that, you guys escape, and then she proposes another plan. A plan to get revenge on Nash, because he didn't show up.
Listen, V, it's not over yet.
It's not. You got the cargo, you got your car.
I did not get Nash, who was not in Rocky Ridge. We'll take the old unfinished freeway nearby. They will not be expecting us. I'm sure of it.
Now, you really got 4 different options, but it really boils down to 2. Help her to get Nash or not. If you say do the 6th Street deal first, she'll say that he'll realize that something is up and you gotta do it now. And the 1st and 3rd one are just saying no in different kind of ways. The last one is saying you'll help her. I chose to help Panam and that's what we're gonna go with, but before that I want to show you what happens when you say no.
A Nash hunt wasn't part of our deal.
Only because I thought he would show up in Rocky Ridge.
But he didn't. Might not even be in their hideout.
I know he's there, V. That effing cheated me. I can't just let it go. I can't. Do you really not understand that?
No. Not what we agreed.
Are you joking? Tell me you are, please.
Not about to risk everything to settle a score that isn't even mine.
You don't get it. This is more than
No,
just...
Panam. Nash made a fool of you, I get it. But don't try and make one out of me. We hand the goods off to 6th Street, then set up the helmet grab. That was our deal.
That was our deal.
Look, the Raffens really weren't worth the risk.
Hey, boss. Got your cargo. No fast ones. Come on, let's meet. Sunset Motel. I know you're not kidding. I'm certain to be there.
Not talking to me now. Real mature. Come on.
What do you want?
To talk, like normal people do.
Was talking in the car spelled out in a contract? I can't seem to recall.
Panam.
Don't worry. I keep my word. Always.
Don't know about you, but I'd rather you kept your word, and things would be cool between us. Are we alright?
Give me a minute, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, she gives you the silent treatment. It's really funny, but if you choose to not help her, you just go on to the next part of the mission, with the only difference of her being mad at you. So I don't really see it as worth it, but if you really don't care, go ahead. But this is what happens if you do help her attack the Raffen Shiv base to get Nash.
Alright, so where's this hideout?
A hop and skip away. Thanks, V. What Nash did. I placed my trust in him. He was the first person I worked with after leaving the Aldecaldos, after I came to Night City. And I granted him my trust.
I get it. Know how you feel. Had someone betray me just like that once.
And did you make them pay?
Never got the chance. Someone else got to him first.
But if they hadn't, would you have done it?
There's one thing I've learned in Night City. It's that sometimes revenge is not sweet. Always stand to lose more than you might gain.
I don't think I'll ever play by Night City rules. Are you ready?
Let's get him.
So if you choose to help her, she opens up and tells you more about how she felt about what Nash did to her and all that. Then you go and attack his base.
I'm on it! Come on, V!
So after you finish getting through the base, Rogue calls and Panam tells her that they got the deal settled and they're about to do it. And of course Rogue wasn't really happy, but not much she can do about it. So she agrees reluctantly.
Rogue
Nash
is the
can't deliver it
backers.
anymore.
You rolled.
But if you ask
Past
nicely,
tense.
I
And now?
might be able to help.
Now I don't.
Help me? I see.
I
We
did
will
my
be
cut
in
up
touch,
front,
V.
honey. But I guess I'm touched. Was actually wondering if you wouldn't forget about Biz while you were out chasing down a vendetta.
So, feel any better?
Maybe a little. Let's get out of here.
After that, we go as Panam to settle the deal and deliver the package.
Hey, boss.
Anna! How's Nash? Doesn't seem to be answering his phone.
Don't call him anymore. There's no need.
You got balls, girl. What's this? A bonus of some sort?
We work together.
Change tunes like you change clothes, girl.
There. First class merch.
Mm-hmm.
So, everything's in order?
Check your account. Should be pretty plush in a couple minutes.
It's been a pleasure. But I believe Rogue's the one who is to pay me.
You're all right. Think you earned a tip. Let's roll.
Whenever you're done with the deal, you guys go and celebrate. During that time, you can ask her if she ever plans on going back with the Aldecaldos.
The Aldecaldos. Think you'll ever go back? I mean, not right now, but someday?
I don't rightly know. On the one hand, I don't have anyone outside the clan. I don't really know any other life.
But on the other?
Without my clan, who am I? Who would I become if I stayed in Night City?
Had to leave my clan, too.
Oh yeah, I remember. Backer family, right?
Mm-hmm. Then I came to Night City. Saw my chance, took it.
And?
And I lost almost everything.
That's comforting. Let's talk about something else. Anything else.
The Raffens. We done with them?
Oh no. The shiver cockroaches. One's never rid of them. But it should be quiet for a time. They'll need to gather their wits and dust themselves off.
All right. Time we look to my needs. What's the plan for Hellman?
I've come up with a plan. A first draft. But I need to sleep on it. Work it out.
After that, you just go to sleep, so we'll go on to the next mission, which is called Lightning Breaks and Life During Wartime. So when you wake up and you find Panam, she has a plan for you to help capture Hellman.
Can I help?
No, you can't. I'll be done soon. The Raffens left are crooked as a bag of snakes. Did you sleep all right?
Can't complain. And you? Reasonably rested?
I think you had nightmares. You screamed a few times.
Really?
Don't worry. I'm accustomed to that sort of thing. When Mitch and Scorpion came back from the war, they tossed and turned night after night. For months this went on. Whatever it is, it'll pass.
Yeah, let's hope so. Come up with anything? For Hellman, I mean.
As a matter of fact, I did. Look here.
Okay, tell me.
We're the wrench. The cutter is the AV. And the screwdriver is where the AV should bury its nose cone in the dust. Now you must be wondering how we get the AV to do that.
That old HMG of yours.
My gun will be useful elsewhere. This caliber would barely dent the armor of a heavy hitter like that. There are other ways. Here. The clamp's our solution. A Satwave power station.
Satwave power station?
Yes. We need to break into it.
Mm-hmm. So far, so good. But then what?
And then we strike. We hit the AV with an EMP.
Of course we do.
As soon as the AV is in range, we cause an electromagnetic pulse. The onboard electronics should fail outright.
Meaning what? Engines will shut down?
Everything will shut down. Engines included. Drive, navigation, communication systems.
Aren't you, counting chickens? We can't actually know the AV will fly over the station.
Of course we can, but we don't have to. You'll see. It's bound to be quite a ride, but not one you'll regret. I've got everything planned out.
When you're on the ride to do your mission, you can ask her, what was the weirdest thing you ever smuggled?
And now for something completely different. Weirdest thing you've ever transported. Go. 'Cause me, I had to carry a real Gannic iguana once.
Seriously? A live one?
Yup. Someone put him in a deep sleep, packed him in a cooler. No idea why, but man, I made a load off that job. Your turn. Think you can beat that?
The Deputy Finance Director of Calcaz.
Whoa. I'd say it's a tie.
Dead. In the trunk.
Okay, fine, you win.
Later in the ride, you can ask her if she's done anything like what we're about to do before.
Done anything like this before?
Downing an AV? By myself? No. Why do you ask?
Thought you would have done something like this with your clan.
No. We did take back one of ours from a convoy once. But this, what we're doing now, the risk is so much greater.
You don't miss it?
What? Jobs like this?
Being in a clan, being part of a family.
I could ask you the same. How do you feel, all on your own?
Yeah, sometimes wonder what life would be like, back with the clan.
And?
And the price is always too damn high.
I believe I understand.
Once you get there, security comes to attack you, so you gotta take them out and keep on going. Once you get to the plant, you go and overheat the terminals and escape.
Not the cleanest job, perhaps, but it still went well.
What about the detonator? Is it working?
Yes, it's working. And I don't even see a drop in the signal strength. We just need to drive far away enough to keep the pulse from blasting us, too.
Once you escape, you drive out and you use the detonator.
It's there, coming from Pacifica. All right, get ready. One more second. One more. Now!
Boom. There she is.
What's happening?
Fantastic.
Bullseye!
Panam, the engines are still running. They're getting away.
They're going nowhere.
We gotta go after it.
Give me a moment.
Panam, what are you doing?
That's how you do it.
It's losing altitude.
We got them.
Let's go.
We got it.
No way it stays in the air after a blast like that.
She shot the ship with a missile launcher, and now it's going down, but little do we know that was such a bad idea.
You catch that? Over. AV, unmarked. Losing out.
Mesh,
There?
Scorpion. What the hell are they
Finishing
doing?
up at the generators. Follow them. On my way in a bit. Battery
Mitch,
should sort
Scorpion,
itself out.
it's Panam. Don't go near that AV. I repeat, do not approach the AV.
On the way, or I'll start the party without you.
It's Kang Tao. Wait for me, or better get the hell out. They probably want to help the survivors, without knowing it's corporate. They can't hear me. The pulse is interfering.
All those EMP pulses from the generator we overheated messed up her radio, and she can't warn Mitch or Scorpion that those people aren't just random survivors that they were trying to help, but they're corporate and they'll probably kill them. So we gotta get to them, and the security is still attacking us.
Just a second. It's nothing. I'm fine. Okay. For the time being, at least.
Time being's all we need.
While you're shooting down the security drones, the turret gets jammed. So Panam goes out to fix it, and she gets shot. But she'll survive, don't worry.
Think you can manage?
Sure. I'll live. Don't worry.
Hey man, where are you? Hello?
Perfect. Keep broadcasting
Scorpion?
over an open channel, just in case they missed you the first time. God, I swear. Something's not right. Did you hear those shots? V, something happened to them.
Let's check it out.
I see the wreck, but no Scorpion or Mitch.
You can hear again on the radio that Mitch and Scorpion are trying to call out to whoever's there. And then the carrier crashes, and then you hear gunshots. So Panam and V go to check it out.
V, if they got the Aldecaldos, if they got Mitch and Scorpion, I don't...
I know. Connected. I'm in control.
Oh no, no, no.
I'm sorry. Your clan?
Aldecaldos. Yes. They're dead. All of them. V, if they...
Don't worry. We
They've
don't
set
know
up
for
the
sure.
launcher. They'll tear us to shreds if we get too close.
Can't we take it down somehow?
Maybe. But we have to get there first. Mitch! He's alive! They have them!
You then find out that they actually killed a lot of the Aldecaldos. But then you see Mitch, and he's alive, so you go to save him.
Listen, we saw Mitch. They probably got Scorpion too. We'll find them. Help them out.
If they're still alive.
They're alive. Everything's gonna be okay.
Mind that launcher. It will blow us to bits if we approach.
Okay, here's the plan. You stay in the car.
No, not so fast. I will go with you. Those are my people.
Panam, hate to break it to you, but you're hurt. Wait in the car. I'll try and take out the launcher.
Fine. But I have Mitch's rifle. And we'll try to cover you from here.
Then you can let her help you, or you can tell her to stay in the car because she's hurt.
Good idea. Let's move.
After that, you guys both go to the ship, and this is what you find.
Path's clear.
I'm coming for you. Open.
Now! Step back! Back! Toss your weapons, or I'll shoot! I repeat, drop your weapons, now!
You don't see the you're in? You shoot him, and a millisecond later, you'll eat lead too.
I let him go, I'll still eat lead!
Shoot him.
Shut up!
Are you all right?
Just some scratches.
Morons!
Did you get hit? Hang on. I'll patch you up.
It's nothing. Let's go.
We couldn't retreat. They regrouped so fast. Started shooting rockets. I lost everyone.
Then they find out about what happened to Scorpion.
Everyone? Scorpion, is he here? Mitch? Mitch? He's safe, right?
Panam, I'm sorry. I didn't make it in time.
No! No! Are you sure? No,
Scorpion, the rest. I'm sorry we didn't get here sooner.
They were good people. Great people. They didn't have to die here.
I should have stopped him.
I tried. He wouldn't have listened to you either. Never was much of a listener.
Stubborn.
I'm guessing since you were out here for the AV. The question is, why?
Everything okay? You need anything?
Thanks for saving my V.
Sorry about your people, but I need to keep moving. Why dive straight for the AV? Didn't notice the markings?
We saw it was damaged. We know this land. We knew where it would fall. We had no idea it was Kangtao. I figured they might need help. In the worst case, there'd be good salvage to be had. Couldn't have been more wrong.
I need the guy who's riding this AV. You know anything, see anything?
Took him with them. In our cars.
Where?
West. Small unit. Your passenger's entourage.
Must be looking for a way to call base.
So you're the ones who hit him with that EMP?
Yeah, we tried to warn you, but couldn't connect.
If they took your cars, we might be able to follow their tracks.
Hellman and his crew took the cars of the Aldecaldos that they killed, and they went west. And then you can ask Panam to come with you or stay with Mitch. But if you tell her to stay with Mitch, she'll come anyways.
I'll go after him. Stay with Mitch, I'll be fine.
I am going with you. I promised I would help. Besides, those killed Scorpion. I won't let that go.
Don't argue with her, V. No point. Go. I'll call my people. We'll take care of things here.
We'll leave my ride here just in case. Just watch the gun, it likes to jam. We'll go by bike.
Sounds solid. Kangtao lost contact with their AV. Probably looking for it. Better hurry. But Panam...
What?
You're coming back for her, right?
I promise. Let's get going, before they send a rescue party. Let's get going.
Let's ride.
Before they send a
Hope
rescue
they didn't go
party.
far.
We'll see.
When you're chasing down Hellman in the Kangtao, she opens up more about her relationship with Scorpion and tells you a story.
Scorpion said I would hate Night City.
He knew you that well.
Probably better than I know myself. He said when I'd had enough of the city, we would stock up on canned kibble, fill a couple of thermoses with coffee and whiskey, and hit the road. He said we would get away from it all.
Sounds like a real adventure.
Yeah, but he's gone.
Hey, I know. Look, you're alive. They've got a few things to take care of, too.
After you track him down, you find her in a gas station, and you go in to find Hellman. And sure enough, he's there. After that, you go outside, and you find Panam, Mitch, and some of the clan there.
Looks like your new Chimbas are here.
Is that him?
Sure is.
Take him outside. Toss him on the bike.
And of course, with all that craziness to happen, the leader of the Aldecaldos, Saul, was there too. And he wasn't very happy with Panam. This is where you get to see them clash for the first time in person.
Saul.
Everything's done here. All clear.
I heard Mitch is alive thanks to you.
Thanks to V and Panam. They both saved my ass.
I just hope he was worth it.
Saul, I tried to raise Scorpion. Maybe I could help out somehow?
I think you've helped enough.
I tried to stop him. Sure. Just turn around now. Let it all be. You're good at that, aren't you?
Look, Saul, it really wasn't Panam's fault.
Careful. You and me are not buddy-buddy. Besides, nobody's blamed anyone for anything yet.
Sure. Right.
Panam was just helping me. It was my doing. My fault that AV got hit. Without me, Scorpion and his people wouldn't have gone out to grab it. That's the truth.
When you're an Aldecaldo, you were always responsible for yourself and your people. The circumstances change nothing. Perhaps Panam should ask herself if she's still an Aldecaldo.
After Saul storms off angrily, Mitch tries to be the mediator and explains that Saul does care for Panam.
Hey, don't worry about Saul. He'll get over it.
I don't give it.
But he gives a damn about you, Panam. As soon as he heard what had happened, he ordered us to follow you. He was worried something would happen.
Saul? That was his?
Look, maybe you two don't see eye to eye at the moment, but you're family, and Saul will do anything for family.
The thing is, am I even part of the family anymore?
You know you are. Come back to us. I understand.
Sorry you had to witness that. Things just get complicated. Dramatic sometimes. But I will manage. And you look out for yourself, all right?
After that, you can ask her what she's gonna do now.
So, what now? Back to Night City?
Yeah. I mean, I think so. I have to sit and think. About everything.
And that's it. Until next time.
They're coming. You got a minute.
Let's move!
Until next time. Take care of Scorpion's bike. It's yours now.
And that's the end of Panam's main quest line. The rest of the Panam quests are side quests, which mean you don't have to do them to beat the game. But this is whenever Panam's missions get even better, because it's not focused on just the main storyline, you're actually focused on helping her and Aldecaldos. After you finish that last main quest for Panam, you get a text from her saying this. If you don't really care about Panam or her side quests, you can just press OK and get going as the game. But if you do, you can say maybe Mitch was right, you should go back and settle everything once and for all. Because after she wrote all that and you should just say okay, it shows you have no interest, but if you say the other option, it shows that you care. If you press the longer option, this is what she says to you. And even if, what about Saul? I can't change him, and I can't change what I think about him, so don't go lecturing me on compromises, please. And V replies with, I didn't mean to, but trust me, you can live with someone you don't always get along with. Sounds corny, but it's true, you'll see. After that, you have to wait like a day or two, I don't know exactly how long, but it's not long at all. Then Panam will call you worried, telling you to come to the camp soon. I unfortunately didn't get footage of the call, or if I did, I don't know where it is. So we'll go right to the mission. It's called Riders of the Storm. So we go to meet up with Panam in the Aldecaldo camp. Why in the Aldecaldo camp, you say? Well, you'll see in a minute.
V, it's good you're here.
Had no idea you and the Aldecaldos had made up.
They continue to grind my gears something terrible. But, you know.
They're family.
Exactly.
What happened? Spit it out.
The Wraiths took Saul. The Brick Brain ventured out with a small patrol and never came back.
Sure it was Wraiths?
We've been observing their camp. We know they're holding prisoners, including someone important. We need to free Saul. I don't know why, but I felt I could count on you.
Always Panam. You and me are chums. Thought that was clear.
Careful, or I'll start believing that. You won't be able to get rid of me.
I'll survive, I'm sure.
Whatever goodwill you might feel, I'm sure you won't turn down one of the best sniper rifles on the West Coast. A Tektronica Grad. You saw it in action already. That and the gratitude of the Aldecaldos.
Sounds fancy.
Let's go. Mitch will walk you through the details.
So Panam joined back with the Aldecaldos, which if you really care about her, that's really good. It's good because we can all obviously tell that she was really lost in Night City and definitely wasn't happy. And joining the Aldecaldos was a good move. It's where all her family and friends actually are. Also, just in case it flew over your head like it did with me when I first played this mission, she offered you her sniper in exchange for completing this mission, and that's how you get her sniper. I have a full guide on it. The card is above if you want to check it out, or in the description below. But without further ado, let's get on with Panam's story and save Saul. So you follow Panam to talk to Mitch about what you're gonna do to save Saul. But I like to point out, as you walk through, the camp has different reactions.
Well, I'll be. Panam and V, what's going on there?
Him? After what happened to Scorpion, he shows up here? Guess probably for Saul.
Ignore that.
Hey, Panam. Seriously? You really aim to do this?
Someone has to.
You know you have a piston mission, right?
Someone has to.
Once you get there, you discuss the mission on how to save Saul.
Where's Mitch? He was supposed to meet me here.
He'll be here any minute. Huh. You never mentioned seeking outside help.
We can use all the help we can get.
Okay, how you want to do this?
Quietly. An open assault would be suicide. Mitch is already setting up the recon. You'll sneak into the Wraith's camp while I cover you.
Going in quiet. Two's all you need.
It's not that I don't want to go to serve some Raffins up some justice. It's just...
Look around! The last attacks left barely half of us standing. Our supplies are stuck outside Reno, and our gear... Don't get me started.
We're up creek, static. And I don't know if we're ever gonna find or fashion a paddle. Try as we might.
When you make a plan, they tell you it's just gonna be you and Panam going to save Saul, and then make up a bunch of excuses of why they can't go. Which, they are understandable because they did just get pretty much wiped out almost in that last mission with Hellman. Then you get an optional message SV to tell them.
So your leader gets nabbed and you, what, hope for the best? Rather not think about what you do for the ones at the bottom of your food chain.
And I wanted to share this because of what happens next.
You're asking for trouble.
Leave it! He has a right not to understand.
Panam actually defends V over her clan. This shows that she's actually starting to be nice and care for V, actually. In the Ghost Town mission, she'll like blow up on you over any little thing you say, and now look at her defending you. I just wanted to mention that before we go on. But anyways, after that, Mitch comes in and tells you guys that he floated a drone over a race camp, and he wants V to take a look at it. This is where they explain the plan.
There's Mitch.
I floated a drone over the Wraith's camp. Will you take a look, or would you rather keep mouthing off?
Mitch, how you been?
Wishing duct tape could right all the world's wrongs. And hey, it shouldn't be me occupying your thoughts, but Saul. You taking a look or not?
Let's see what we got here.
The Raffins can't see it. Active camo, but that practically inhales battery juice, so make it quick.
They found an abandoned cement plant to squat in, with a massive heavy gear. Do you see the wall? They've added some primitive security measures. It points to them aiming to stay longer. The question is why? Who knows for sure, but I would guess that Saul is part of the reason. If he's still there, we have to find a way inside. That guard post is probably connected to the rest of the camp.
Our way in.
Maybe, but there are also breaches in the wall, lightly guarded sections. The main building, there. Saul must be inside.
Okay, got some stuff to work with now.
Is everything clear?
Yep, let's go get Saul.
Perfect. Mitch, is the van primed?
I did what I could. Take a tour.
During the ride to the race camp, if you choose to drive with Panam, she opens up about her view of Saul in a deeper level.
I still can't believe he let himself get captured. Anyone else? But Saul?
Said yourself he's not at the top of his form.
Yes, but moving civilians across the border during a bombardment? Hijacking a petrochem tanker? Opening the valves? Cranking a few figure eights to set the desert ablaze and give the kids a fun show? That's the Saul I remember.
All had our idols.
I know. It's just...
After that, they spot a big sandstorm coming.
Holy... Do you see that? That is one hell of a storm!
Looking... bad.
Oh, it's bad in more than its look. We have to move quickly.
Then they get to the race camp. Panam stays back a little bit to watch who is a sniper, and you go inside and save Saul.
Easy, Saul. I'm here with Panam.
Panam? But she left.
Not forever. Gonna get you out.
You. I remember. You're that merc.
Come on. Family's waiting.
Panam, you're making a mistake. Another one.
Serious right now?
Those devils wanted to know our location. If we drive to camp now, you'll just be setting the table for them.
You look outside lately? The storm will wipe our tracks.
After you bring Saul to the van, the race put up a fight and they follow you, and you gotta shoot him down.
I can't squeeze any more out of it! Cut off that tail!
Get ready!
After you shoot down the race and you escape, you find a little abandoned house, and you guys go inside for the night. When you go inside, you realize there's no power, and Panam asks you to help her restore the power.
Actually, you know what? Check the fuse outside. It might have come loose.
See what I see? Expiration date's from before the last war, so hopefully it hasn't turned to poison. Today's our lucky day.
After you fix the power, you sit on the couch next to Panam, and then Saul starts arguing with Panam again.
No lecture. But we do need to talk. That raid's crap. It shouldn't have happened. They wanted everything. Our camp locations, routes, offloading points. If they knew what state we're in, 1 or 2 more raids and that'd be the end of us. And if you had mounted a raid of your own, well, that would have been the end.
It's not the time for this. You're both exhausted.
Maybe you're right.
We can't hope to handle the Raffins alone.
So you would sell us out to Biotechnica? Vade, tell him it's a rotten idea.
At one point in the argument, you can choose one of 3 things. To say that Saul's got a point, or that Panam's right, or you try to stay neutral and say don't drag me into this. If you want to be on Panam's good side, you should side with her. But eventually, the argument dies down, and Saul says that he's willing to let Panam come back to Aldecaldos with open arms. And then he says he's too tired and he's going to go to sleep.
Gotta agree with Panam. Sounds like a truly idea.
Thanks.
What could you possibly know about it?
Remember the backers?
I'm a bit hazy.
Exactly. Joined up with the Snake Nation, then poof. Evaporated. Aldecaldos' strength has always been their independence. Give that up, my clan's fate will be yours. Or worse. Because Biotechnica just ain't Snake Nation.
Thank you, V. I could not have said it better.
We've had our spats.
A few. Like any family.
They're not worth digging up.
I think so too.
If you'd like to come back, everyone will be waiting. Arms open wide. but there will have to be changes. No more jumping to the front of the line.
And so it begins.
You know what, sweetheart? We'll have plenty of time to tear at each other's throats later.
That is my hope.
But right now, I wouldn't mind catching a few winks.
After that, Saul leaves, and you and Panam talk casually. And depending on where you take the conversation, it can go in different ways. And you can see in this scene that Panam grows closer to V and grows more fond of him. Well, assuming that it's male V. Girl V will probably be more awkward.
Whoa, what was that about?
Probably the meds talking.
I sure hope so. I think he took a few solid hits to his skull. Funny.
What is?
I rarely sleep with a roof overhead, yet this will be the second time with you. When you're on the road day into night into day, your butt basically fusing with your seat. You forget what it's like.
Tell me about it. I'm still not used to it.
Alright? Yeah, this would make for a decent little motel, wouldn't it? Little fireplace, booze. Grumpy guy at reception is the one thing missing.
Have everything you need, man.
Mm-hmm. I couldn't ask for more.
I think I'm ready to turn in.
Yeah, it's been a long day.
We deserve a good, long sleep.
And V, I am glad you came. It meant a lot to me. Do you hear that?
No.
Mm-hmm. The wind has waned. I can't speak for Haboobs, but when a Chinook rolls rough and rowdy across the plate, I sure can't get any shut-eye. Not a wink.
I gotta include this part. After that, Johnny pops up and says,
On behalf of the staff of the Independent California Motel, I wish you all sweet dreams.
Then you go to sleep. It really was a cute little moment there. When you wake up, you find Panam awake, and then you can tell her that you think it would be best that she stays with the Aldecaldos.
Look who's alive.
Hey, did you sleep all right?
Good work, V. Old style raid.
You gotta agree now. Next time, I choose the motel.
If there is such a time. Well, I slept like a puppy. That's a cozy shoulder you have there. It's too bad I better get rolling in a minute.
You need to stay. I think you can see that. Not one of them will admit it, but... do they need you?
Of course they do. Come on.
If you stood up for Panam in the argument with Saul, she actually thanks you personally right here.
Last night, when we were talking to Saul, thanks for standing up for me. Though, one thing. The Wraiths, the raid, it's the start of something we need to prepare for. Saul will get everything set up in camp. Whereas
you...
The Raffins wanted to know our roots, right? Well, it's the Aldecaldos' turn. Some recon is in order.
Then she gives you her sniper rifle, as she promised, which is an iconic sniper rifle.
One more thing. Your compensation. Please take care of her. She served me well.
Putting her in good hands, Panam.
I know. So, thank you. Once again.
Glad I could help. I'm glad I did.
Take care of yourself.
You too, Panam.
And remember, I'm indebted.
And then she rides off. After this, you get a few more texts from Panam. And eventually she'll call you again to help her again. And then that's how you get to the next mission, with a little help from my friends.
V, do you have a moment?
Need to talk?
I mean a longer moment. Can you come by the camp? I have a problem.
On my way.
Phew, thanks. That's good to hear.
Give me a little more intel. What's your grief?
Well, it would be better to...
Let me guess. Saul, right?
You know me well.
Uh-huh. See you soon.
So when you go to the Aldecaldos camp and you walk into where she is, you find her talking to Saul and Mitch about a basilisk, which is some sort of convoy. Saul totally says no, even though everyone else says that they want to do this mission, but he just gets angry and storms off.
What is he doing here? I forbade you from even breathing on that Militech convoy, so you call in your friend? To do it all behind my back? Is that it?
Uh-huh. That's exactly why I had V come and stand right in front of you. Do you think...
Really think you can forbid Panam from doing anything? Trust me, no point. She'll do whatever she wants.
No, she won't. Not if she plans to stay in this family.
Are you seriously considering letting that basilisk slip through our fingers?
I am.
But a chance like this...
A chance at what? Rotting up the job we came here to do?
Get the sense this fight's grown stale. Come on, put some feeling into it.
No. This discussion ended long ago. The Biotechnica people will be here in an hour. Try not to cock anything else up before then.
I can't believe it. Look, there he goes, off to paint the grass green.
Thought the Biotechnica contract had withered and died.
Saul insists we see it.
As you can tell, Panam and Mitch are really mad, and then you can ask them about the basilisk.
What's this basilisk nonsense?
It's an armored Militech cargo panzer. Junk from back in 2060 or so. They want to peddle it off to a backwards country, somewhere it can still pass as a technological wonder.
The Militech convoy will take the 101 right past us. Shame not to say hello.
Let me guess. Whole thing's your idea.
How did you know?
Saul wouldn't be quite so if it weren't.
I believe V is right. If this had been Saul's idea, he would have seen it as the greatest plan on God's green earth.
Bull, Saul isn't that petty. He's simply a coward. He would rather play it safe, bide his time. For the family.
Is this basilisk worth another fight with Saul?
Yes, a craft like that would finally put us back on the right path.
The family is falling apart. If we fall into this Biotechnica rut, no one will ever take us seriously again.
Okay, so you do want to go behind Saul's back, and drag me here specifically for that.
Cassidy, Ted, Carol, and Bob, also on board.
After you finish talking, you talk to Panam and Mitch to talk to the rest of the group that's gonna help.
Did you try to get Saul on board again? No luck, huh?
No. Okay, everyone listen. Militech will transport the basilisk in parts distributed across 2 trucks. The convoy will halt at the railroad crossing on the 101. We'll attack from behind, then get the hell out and away. Questions? Comments? Motions? None of that.
Okay, I'm in.
Okay. Thanks. First, we'll ride to the station. The train engine we need to block the convoy's way is there. Are you riding with us, or will we meet you there?
Riding with you.
Excellent. Let's get going.
After you agree that you're gonna go with them, you get in the car and you get going. Once you guys get there, Panam explains the plan.
Okay. The Militech convoy will be traveling from Night City to the base where they're due to meet the buyer. We will stop it at the railroad crossing.
All we have to do is shove this beauty in its way.
V, any questions?
Seems to be a lot of abandoned stations around.
This one belonged to a corporation that ran a cement factory. They used it as their reloading point.
They didn't take the train engine when they left?
The engine's been here going on 40 years. Since the Blackwall days.
For a time, everybody had to go back to the old ways. This engine ran on nuclear, like submarines do.
All the weirder they left it behind.
Corpse. They probably listed it in a spreadsheet as cost optimization.
It's old tech. Carol will have to hack it.
Then I'll somehow have to finagle authorization from the control tower to move it.
Tower looks inactive to me, too.
Yeah, we'll see to that. You and Panam just get the authorization code.
Okay, let's get to work.
So you guys start trying to get the train to work, and you and Panam have to go to the control tower to get the authorization code. Then you gotta do a few tasks to get the train moving.
Here goes nothing.
After that though, Panam tells you that she wants to talk to you.
V, I wanted to speak with you.
You're happier out here. You can smell it a mile off.
Surely you joke. I'm about to put my family at risk, get a dressing down from Saul, and possibly be kicked out of the family. And you say I seem happy?
Yeah, because you're doing what you think's right for the Aldecaldos. Even though it's hard. Even though you're in your pants.
Dear God, so you can see it too.
Because it's all for the family, right? Not that you want to kick Saul out. Take his place as the head of the clan.
Not another word from you. All right. And you, why are you doing this? I know that I asked you for help myself, but why did you agree?
Because it's important to you.
But is that all? Sorry, that sounded worse than I intended. Listen, V, I'm sorry. I'm not very good at this. Speaking of my feelings and so forth. And I would not want to cock this up.
So far, so good, champ.
Because I've kept my mouth shut up to now. The thing is, I usually act before I think.
Uh-huh, noticed.
I know. But I also need impulses to act upon. When I do something spontaneously, I feel I'm being honest. Yet with you, I prefer to play it safe.
Why is it any different with me?
Because I truly care this time. Yet I fear I'll do or say something foolish and be left alone in the desert. I would rather keep you close. If only as a friend.
I think you're overthinking it. I don't scare that easy.
Okay, if you say so. All right, let's rejoin the others.
So in a nutshell, Panam was trying to say that usually she can just do anything the way it plays out and she's fine with it. But with you, V, she feels like she has to be extra safe and careful. So she's scared to make a wrong move and mess everything up with you guys. This shows that Panam is starting to grow feelings for V if you're a guy. If you're a girl, then she doesn't grow feelings for you. But for male V, she's starting to grow feelings for him. It's up to you whether you choose to go on with that path or not. So back to the mission. After that, you guys go down, and the plan's working out good. And while you're going down, Saul tries to text you and ask you where Panam is. He says, V, do you know where Panam is? And you can say, I don't know. Or you could say, I'm not her babysitter, which is what I said. And he responds to that by saying, for crying out loud, I don't care what's going on between you two. I just asking, can you give me the straight answer? When you see her, tell her I'm looking for her. After you leave the building though, you come out and you see that the rest of the Aldecaldos made a little campfire, and you two join them. This is probably my favorite scene of the whole game. It's just so chill and sweet.
You worried about Saul?
You're acting spooked. As if you're the first person ever to stand up to Saul.
Oh, save your breath. I don't need to be consoled. Was it someone I know?
New. Scorpion.
He came home from the war, head full of new ideas, and a host of new contacts.
He tried to get Saul to lead us in joining Snake Nation. It would make us stronger, he said.
I don't think he peeped a word of it to me. What did Saul do?
Saul dressed the guy down head to toe for messing with the family. Hell, he didn't send him on any jobs for a year.
Gee, really consoling. Thanks.
You said yourself you didn't need any.
If you're Nomad V, you get to say Snake Nation, Saul was right, because the backers joined Snake Nation, and now no one's ever heard of them again.
Saul was right about Snake Nation. You should remain independent. Otherwise, you could end up like
the backers. We'll manage just fine on our own. All we need is a few good jobs. To get people talking about the Aldecaldos again.
And that's why we're here today.
Scorpion would be proud.
If you ask Panam if she misses the life in Night City, on the car ride during this mission, you had a chance to talk about Jackie. And at this part, right now, you can say to Scorpion, and then she'll say to Jackie. I just thought you might want to know that. It's a nice moment. But anyways, after that conversation, you can say you're going to sleep. Right before you go to sleep though, she talks about the stars and names of stars. She knows the name of a few of the stars.
I'll just lie here a while, by her side, gazing at the stars.
Is that another area of your expertise? You got maps of the heavens in your library too?
Of course. That's the Big Dipper. And do you see the small flickering star to the right?
Yeah.
You do? Oh dear. That means there's a major leak. Good night, V.
After that, you go to sleep, and then wake up to actually do the mission you were there for.
Okay, here they come.
Is everyone ready? Let's ride, V.
You follow train, and then a few Militech agents try to attack you, and you gotta fight them. And after you defeat them, you take the Basilisk and the other gear that you grab, and you take it back to the Nomad camp. But no sooner when you get back to camp, Saul's there waiting for Panam in the group. And I'm sure you guys can infer what happens.
I can talk to him if you want.
No, thank you. I'll take care of this myself.
What's the meaning of this?
Exactly what you see. The Basilisk.
All I see is 2 trucks with giant Militech logos on them. Panam, you can see them from miles away. You think we don't have problems enough on our hands? The Raffens could rear their heads at any moment. And now we have Militech to worry about too.
Stop it! Just shut up already! Do you want to serve corporations forever? Fine, go right ahead. In that case, we'll leave the Basilisk as a souvenir of what this family used to be. Or you know what? Maybe next time we're attacked, we'll be able to fight back!
As soon as I'm done with Biotechnica, we call a family meeting to discuss this. Discuss you.
Until that time, I want these trucks out of my sight.
And the Basilisk? Can we put it together?
Do what you want. Just get out of my sight.
Bob, Mitch, you two take the trucks around back. We need to unload.
Sure, but then what do we do with them?
Oh, I've got an idea.
You got quite a pair of lungs there.
Thanks. I believe the last time I pulled something like that, I was 10 years old.
Seem to still be in fine working order.
Yeah, they kinda had a little rough spot there. If you have the Nomad life path, which I recommend, you can tell Panam that the family seems to be on her side.
Family's with you on this, I think.
Sure. Where did you get that impression? All I heard was silence.
Saw them looking at that basilisk, drooling. Nomads, Panzers, Panzers, Nomads. They had 'em from the start.
We'll see.
You can also ask if she's alright.
Everything okay?
Yes, of course. Though the great train robbery bit of this was much more enjoyable.
You need me again, All you gotta do is call.
V. I'm sure I will. So you better expect that call.
Be waiting. Take care.
And that's the end of the mission. But there's also an alternative side to this mission. I would never recommend this side, but if you want, in the beginning of the mission when you're discussing a plan and you choose to say you're in or not, you gotta say, I don't want any part of this, and then you leave and wait for them to leave, and then you can report to Saul. You gotta go to Saul, and then you can tell on Panam and her friends.
Terrible idea, all this. Sorry. Won't get involved.
Suit yourself.
But if you change your mind...
Mitch, you heard her. She said this is not her concern.
Panam sent you now to convince me?
Screw you.
Panam's got no idea I'm here.
Mm-hmm. So, what is it exactly you've come to tell me?
Panam swayed Cassidy, Carol, and the others to help her grab the basilisk.
She will never learn. How many more have to die before she hangs it up? Stop scheming.
Panam's got good intent.
Panam has no idea what she's doing. The Raffens will not let up, and she wants to bring Militech down on our...
Doesn't look great, no.
Why have you come to me with this? I thought you'd be on her side.
Panam's plan's schlock. Makes no sense. Suicidal, in fact. Got a handful of bodies, wants to raid a Militech convoy bristling with security.
Jesus, and she's picked an optimal time, right when we cannot afford any weakening of the clan. I appreciate you bringing this to me.
Panam is gonna be...
It'll pass. And down the line, she'll see and admit you're right. I'll be in touch.
And that'll quickly end the Panam and Aldecaldos side quests and ending, because she'll get very mad at you. And I believe the Aldecaldos will move camp and completely leave the game. It's so terrible, and I don't think I would ever pick this side, and I don't think I would ever recommend any of you to do that.
Glad you called.
Do you seriously not know? Or did you pull some other thing besides ratting me out to Saul?
How did Saul react?
He humiliated me in front of the clan. He made me look like an idiot. Cassidy, Mitch, Carol, we're all lepers. No one will talk to us. Are you pleased?
Did it for your own good.
Oh, me. You know what? I can't believe how much of a hypocrite you are. And here I thought to be so stupid.
Maybe I can...
No, you cannot. Not anything more. I never want to see you again.
But I thought you might want to know. Now, to the last side mission for Panam Palmer, Queen of the Highway. But before you get the mission, you gotta wait for Panam to text you, and then after that, you wait for her to call you. I got the call on recording, but not the text. So here it is.
B, the basilisk. It's ready. Would you like to drive it?
Sure. Be there soon.
B, it is awesome.
So I hear.
So then you get to go to the next mission, which she wants you to come because of the basilisk. And this mission is practically mostly about the basilisk and just preparing you for the ending questline if you decide to go with the Nomads. You'll see later. But anyways, you start the mission by meeting up with Panam and Aldecaldos.
All ready to go?
Hey, V. No, not yet.
Carol still needs to check if Militech left any ice in the systems.
Corpos haven't shown up in person to report the loss?
No, I think we managed to keep them off our scent.
We left the trucks with the big Corpo logos down by the Raffen camp.
Whistle.
And you can ask Panam optionally what Saul thinks about it all.
And Saul, what about him?
Nothing, for now. We're staying out of each other's hair.
So he's not planning a family council?
Of course he is. He just wants to keep me in the dark a while longer.
So you and Panam get in the basilisk, and this is where you get to learn about more how it works. The basilisk is a strange vehicle because there's no driving wheel or anything to use to drive it. You literally plug yourself into it, and you use your brain to drive it. And there's also going to be a secondary driver. Well, not a driver, there's going to be a co-pilot who uses to control the weapons. Because you can't use your brain to do both at the same time. So there's an option for a secondary pilot to control the weapons. And if that makes no sense to you, here's how the game explains it. Or at least how Panam explains it.
You steer directly from your seat. All you have to do is jack in.
What, no knobs, buttons, blinky doodads?
No, none. The impulse runs directly to your cerebral cortex. In a sense, the basilisk becomes an extension of your body. It's like a mystical oneness.
Why the co-pilot? Extra support?
I'll tell you once we're a bit further from camp. We'll practice.
After that though, she just helps you test it out and get to know how to use the basilisk. And you test out the shooting abilities on it and all that. And blah 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 stuff. And then a real missile comes out of nowhere and shoots near you guys. Which ends up being the Raffen Shiv.
They found us. We have to get back to camp.
They're Raffen! Whole group of them, ready for a fight!
They're here too, Saul. In full force.
Take them out, then haul here and make yourselves useful.
We'll go straight to camp. We have to help the family.
The Raffen Shiv attack you, but they're no match for you because you got a big missile launcher and turret. I didn't die at all during this mission. So you should be fine. Then when you come back to camp, Saul is there with his arms crossed waiting for Panam. Oh no.
All of us, each on his or her own, must think first and foremost of what's good for the family.
Come on, Saul. If I have to leave the clan, please just say so. Spare me another speech of yours at the very least.
I'm afraid you'll have to sit through a few more. Because from this day forward, you will lead this family by my side.
I will what?
I wish to do this properly, but fine. Have it your way. I was wrong. You were right. That's the truth. May it never happen again.
But I made a mess of so many things. You said...
I know. But I changed my mind. You risked everything for this family. Not even knowing whether you'd be welcome the next day.
Okay. Okay. Well, many things will have to change.
Yes, and to start with, we need to leave this place. Quickly. We can't wait for Militech to find us.
Of course. I will prepare our route.
Congratulations.
Terrible choice. I voted nay.
Thank you. Thanks. I need to cool down, I think. Will you come with me?
Got you guys. It was actually a beautiful moment, and Saul admitted he was wrong this whole time. And he promoted Panam to co-leader with him. I'd say that's pretty humble of him. And this shows that he was actually a good leader. He put the family before his own pride, because, man, that was probably hard to tell that to Panam, and also make her co-leader with him. So that says a lot about his character. And this ends up being one of the sweeter moments that you get. Which, by the way, there are so many with Panam and Aldecaldos. She tells you of her feelings and she wants to personally thank you. And you guys celebrate.
An interesting day. I feel as if I barely evaded a rapidly approaching train.
It's pretty close.
I don't know if I could have done it without you.
Hey, come on.
No, I'm serious. We all owe you. So you can count on the Aldecaldos. Always.
Huh. Good to know.
Nobody's behind the bar. That I like. Beer? Lemonade?
All right with lemonade.
Suit yourself. happy endings.
Turns out Saul's all right. So, it's all wrong?
I'll play it by ear. V, look around. Look at them. They could be your family.
Panam, what do you...
Stay in camp. Join us.
I'd love to, Panam. I really would.
Mm-hmm. Here comes that but.
But I can't. Not right now. Have to finish some things first.
All right, V. I shouldn't drop bombs like that on you right now. I just thought... forget about it.
I'll think it all over. I promise.
Then you faint.
Panam.
V, relax. Everything is okay. How do you feel?
Where are we?
You passed out. Completely. We took you with us.
Where?
We moved camp. You are safe. Everything is under control.
You ain't dying yet.
V, you have to tell me what is happening. The blood. You were out for hours. What's wrong?
And this is the point where you get to tell her what's actually going on with you, because throughout the whole questline, even the side quests, V never told Panam what happened to him and how he got Johnny Silverhand in his mind, and how he's dying. And now you get to finally tell her.
Panam, it's getting worse. Every single day.
Okay, V, relax. Take it bit by bit. What is happening? Exactly.
You know, Johnny Silverhand.
Yes, they sometimes play those oldies on the radio. Why?
That's just it. Johnny's alive. He's sitting in my head.
He's what? Am I not... Is this some sort of strange metaphor?
Long story. Got a job, looked it up. Now, Silverhand's personality construct's sitting in my head.
Bullshit.
Yeah, well, he's not too happy about it either. Turns out we don't really mix. And it's getting worse.
You are not joking.
Just trying to live with it. Survive, actually.
It's certainly not doing wonders for your health.
I gotta go. I'm feeling better. Really.
Wait. I will go with you.
I thought I heard that voice.
So that got Panam really worried about you, because at this point in the game she cares for you. And whenever you leave the tent, you actually get to see that the whole Aldecaldos family is starting to like you and everything, because they'll ask about you and if you're doing alright. I mean, you did faint in the middle of their camp. Even Saul starts to be nice.
Hey, Mitch.
Finally. We were worried.
Took good care of your ride. She's over there. But you're not leaving us already, are you?
Is everything okay?
Much better now. Thanks for your help.
I'm glad to hear it.
So you made yourselves at home already?
We do have some experience in this. This is a good place. We have greater control over the area. The rest will settle in quickly. But tell us, how are you? You scared us.
Thanks. I'll stick around for a bit.
Make yourself at home.
Remember, our offer still stands. If you need help, the Aldecaldos are here for you.
And that, at least, we can agree on.
If you need anything, you know where to find us.
After you're done talking with Mitch and Saul, you walk with Panam to the end of the camp, and she goes to tell you something.
Want me to walk with you? I know this area. Back from the old routes.
You really safe here, though?
For now, yes. Militech does not venture this far. And our vantage points
Hey,
really are much better.
welcome back to the land of the living.
About time Sleeping Beauty decided to join us. Hey there.
But you know, everything here, it is temporary. All of it. We will soon have to decide what comes next. V, back to what we were saying. I will not even pretend to understand. I don't think it has even sunk in yet. But I am serious. How can I help?
Honestly, not a clue.
But there has to be something. Someone who can...
Remember Hellman? He's the one who created the personality construct tech.
That's why you wanted to get him.
But it was a dead end. Now I have to figure out where to go next.
You'll find a way. And once you do, let me know. I will help. This whole family will help. Saul was not joking. You understand?
Thanks, Panam.
So, she opens up more about how she's taking your situation, cause I mean, you just told her, and it's kinda hard on her. I mean, she just grew attached to you, and she was kinda scared to do that, as we saw earlier, and now she just figured out you're about to die if you don't figure out a way to fix all this. I mean, I don't blame her for being scared and worried. But at the end of the conversation, she reminds V again that the Aldecaldos and her are there to help V if he's willing to let them. And this will play a factor at the end of the game. But anyways, this is the last side quest that you get for Panam Palmer. And before you go through with the Nocturne Op quest line, you should finish any other side missions that have to do with characters that you care about, like Judy and all of them. And if you want to do Johnny's missions, do his, because they play factor at the end, kind. So after this quest, you unlock the Panam ending, and all you gotta do is play through the Nocturne Op quest, which is the point of no return. And once you make a decision on who you're gonna side with, you'll be on a roof with Johnny, and this is whenever V gets to ask Panam for help.
Gonna try to ask Panam for help.
You absolutely sure? No going back on this, you know.
I'm gonna try this with Panam. We're a lot alike. Trust her more than any of your iron-for-hire chumbas.
Have it your way.
V?
Hey, Panam.
Do you know what time it is?
I know, but need your help. And you owe me a favor.
What's so urgent I couldn't wait until morning?
Need a way into Arasaka Tower. Now.
Sorry, what?
I'm serious. Whole thing with Johnny, I don't do something soon, I'm done. Gone.
Slow down. First, why Arasaka Tower?
The tech. Underneath that tower, they got an access point to... well, odd as it sounds, a prison of souls.
A prison of souls?
This might not fly over the hollow. Mikoshi, that's its name. Only place Johnny and I can disentangle for good. It's my last chance.
So, again, just to be clear, you've called me at High Moon to ask me to help you break into Arasaka Tower, or you'll die.
About the gist of it, yeah.
Okay.
What? Okay.
Where are you?
Vic's clinic.
The Ripper? Right, I know where it is. Can you hold off on dying for a bit?
Give it a shot, sure.
Good. Don't go anywhere. I'm coming to get you.
And whenever she hears that you can die if she doesn't help you, without a blink of an eye, she comes to help. After that, you wait for Panam to arrive while you're talking with Misty, and Panam drives you to the Nomads camp to see what you guys are gonna do.
I think that's for you.
Yep. No mistaking that ride ever.
Hi.
Man, it's good to see your face.
Jesus, you really do look terrible.
And I feel worse.
Then we had best not waste any time. We have a long road ahead of us. Come on, everybody's waiting at camp.
So, because your condition is really bad, you end up passing out on the ride there. And then you get waken up by Mitch.
What the hell else do you have? Welcome back to the living. You feeling okay?
What happened?
You passed out on the way. We tried shaking you awake. To no avail. Sure does seem like your condition might be getting worse, V. Panam asked me to keep an eagle eye on you.
Where'd she go?
She's off debating Saul. You need help, that's clear. They sat right down to figure out how we might do that. Come on, I'll take you to see him.
Mitch starts talking to you about how only the veterans know everything that's happening, and he wasn't as clear on the details to the lower people because a lot of them are inexperienced and he didn't want to frighten them or anything. But anyways, we get to Panam and Saul talking, and then they explain the plan to you.
The whole clan knows we set out tomorrow.
They know why? What our aim is?
Look around, V. War-tested veterans are a fistful at most. The rest mostly raid rinky-dink convoys and salvage scrap. So for now, they only know as much as they need to know. The aim is to help you out.
Not now.
We're sending this clan to its grave.
You think I don't know that? And yet you seem to think you can change something by chewing me out like you usually do. V, finally.
How's your health?
Been better. So, what have you guys patched together?
We still have details to iron out, but we know the who, where, and how. Have a look for yourself.
A few strategies we sussed out, but only one grants us a decent shot at penetrating Arasaka Tower.
We'll dig a tunnel.
Sure these plans are up to date? Completely reliable?
Positively. We went to our Snake Nation sources.
They've been turning stones over in that area.
I'm not one to lie. This tunnel gambit is risky, but if it works, that's our way into Mikoshi.
So you want a tunnel into Arasaka Tower?
I know how it sounds, but we'd be plumb fools not to take
I
advantage.
see Night Corps building a new maglev line in the area. Granted, it's guarded by Militech, but they're nothing we can't handle.
Once we're in that tunnel, it's just half a mile to the substratum levels of Arasaka Tower. They're using one of Night Corps circs. We'd only need a few minutes to dig that distance.
Not bad, wouldn't you say? Once we're in, we'll have to improvise. Guards, security measures, the fastest way into Mikoshi. We'll take things as they come and hope for the best. V, any thoughts?
Plan, entire op. It's about heading into enemy territory. You'll make enemies of Arasaka, and others.
So it appears.
I'm exposing you, all of you, to danger. Want out, want to cut your losses, I'd understand. No hard feelings.
You came to us for help. We decided we'd provide it. Our minds are made up. No more discussion needed.
It's settled. We had best get to work.
I'll talk to our brothers and sisters. Get a drone buzzing over that site.
And I'll check with Mitch. I think I know how to even the odds against Militech. Come find us later. I'll leave you in Saul's hands now. Just no making decisions without me.
Is there anything else you need?
After you guys are all done discussing the plan, you can ask Saul personally if him and Panam are agreeing alright.
You and Panam. Something I need to know about.
It's funny you should ask. I thought we'd smoothed over the rough edges between us. Then you showed up.
Panam thinks so too?
You'd have to ask her yourself. CB, you're like the outsider who happens upon a family and witnesses nothing but endless quarrels. Then all of a sudden the outsider's presence is noticed, and the family members shake hands, join hands, become stronger than they were before. Understand?
Yeah. At least I think so.
Good. So now you can tell me what else you need.
After you're done talking to Saul, you have to talk to Dakota to help you with the main quest. And you gotta talk to Mitch about the basilisk and all that.
Doesn't matter where we go, we're strangers in our own land. Every state is practically its own country.
It wasn't it.
We heard we're gearing up for a minor war.
More like a suicide mission.
Finish it up here, all right? Lo and behold.
Isn't this...
In theory, we fitted an afterburner and a multi-RPG launcher up top. We also scooped out about 60% of its total mass. Beautiful, isn't she? You'll take the wheel with Panam riding shotgun.
But after you get through the plans with Dakota and Mitch, you come to a really nice surprise when you gotta talk to Saul.
Saul, you wanted a word?
Hop up here.
What's with the gathering? Something off?
It's nothing about the raid. Hop on and you'll find out.
We going somewhere?
All right, V. It's a simple matter. We, all of us standing here, owe you. And it's a great debt.
Speak for yourself, Saul.
But in spite of that, you're still an outsider. A mercenary from Night City. What might as well be another world.
Hey, ask Panam. She knows.
So it's about time we fix that.
Downright injustice it is. It needs fixing.
You're gonna be an Aldecaldo. Which means this family will go to hell and back for you. Ready, kid?
You actually are being asked to be an Aldecaldo, which is so awesome, and I was so excited when I first played this part. But anyways, if you chose the Nomad life path, you can say, are you sure about this? Because I know how much this means, because V used to be a Nomad.
Speech! Speech!
Saul, are you all sure about this?
Does this look like one big jest?
Look, I know what this means. Used to wear clan colors too, but to be an Aldecaldo, I don't know if you
Just
should.
answer the question. Are you ready?
Your worst.
You're one of us now, V. You're an Aldecaldo.
Thanks for everything, V, and don't worry. We'll get you into that Mikoshi. Isn't that the way
Welcome
of
to
it?
the family.
A warm welcome for our newest Aldecaldo!
Welcome to the clan! The most
What's it they say? Easier to gain a Cobra's trust than an Aldecaldo's.
Well spoken.
So I know how much this means. To you. To me. Thank you. Will not let you down.
Thanks for
I don't know what to say.
Speech!
It's about time you did it.
No, like, I really don't. Never expected this. Thank you.
Welcome for our newest Aldecaldo!
Thanks. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Everything. Turned me sentimental.
Christ, someone get him a hanky. Else the poor thing will start to flash blood.
Don't worry. It's but a formality. You've been a de facto member of this family for a while now. You saved my rumpus, and as Bobby tells it, Mitch's too. I won't even mention Panam.
Go to hell. Saul's right, though. I mean, let's face it, V. My life was in a million pieces. You broke it into a million more. But sometimes it's only then that you can piece it together again. All right, fam, listen up. Today we celebrate, but tomorrow is shaping up to be a hell of a day.
Do whatever needs doing. Then get some rest.
A raid is a raid. This is still your night. So bask a bit in newfound glory.
Could have given me a heads up about this.
And ruined all the fun? Are you kidding? Are you all right?
Yeah. It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
And how's the jacket? Not too tight?
If you're a Nomad life path, when Panam asks you about your jacket, you can tell her that you really missed being a Nomad.
Miss this, you know? The camaraderie.
I know. I saw it in your heart the first time we met. Probably because I was missing it too then.
In Night City, you're alone, even in a crowd. But here, feels like I'm part of something important.
So you are where you need to be.
Thanks, Panam.
If you want to talk, I'll be up there.
After that, you can talk to the Nomads to see what they have to say, and there are a lot of places you can go talk. But I'm only going to show the ones that have to do with Panam. So you can go to Saul and ask him if he thinks we'll make it tomorrow.
I think we'll pull through tomorrow.
I know these people. Some better than myself. The focus of mind, sense of purpose, calm before the storm. They'll give it their all.
Yeah, I bet they will. Good night, Saul.
Wait. I feel I need to make one thing clear. You've done a lot for this clan, and for me, more than anyone ever has. But the family comes first.
Saul.
Let me finish. I also know there's just one thing that could break it up at this point. Panam and me. If we went our separate ways, the Aldecaldos would not survive that split were it to occur again. You understand what I'm trying to tell you?
Now, you're using me. The clan will grab spoils from Mikoshi while you do Panam a favor by helping me out. Not bad, Saul.
You don't even believe that. You think I put the clan at peril for my own gain? What for?
You're not the kind of guy to willingly surrender power.
And if all is lost tomorrow, who will I govern? Dust and ghosts? You're wrong, V. This isn't about power. That jacket wasn't for nothing, V. You'll understand soon enough what it's like to be part of a whole.
How about us, Saul? We good?
It's an important day tomorrow. Get some rest.
And that's all he has to say. I don't know what to think about Saul, but let's go to the others to see what they think about the situation between Panam and Saul ruling.
That kind.
To Saul and Panam. Because if they don't kiss and make up, everything's liable to go.
Bob, you're just always the optimist, ain't you?
Fee, you must know where they stand. Do you?
You think it's really that bad between them?
The truth is, we need cash. And fast.
Amen.
This Mikoshi's a personal thing to you. But Saul, he sees an opportunity for the clan.
If anyone of the family is still left standing tomorrow.
Talk to them. They've buried the hatchet.
Buried the hatchet? Well, I'm really glad they've come to agree on sending us on a suicide mission.
Be cool now, Bobby.
There's nothing personal, V. I'm just saying how things are.
This is all my fault. I'm exposing the entire family to danger. I'm sorry.
You've got nothing to be sorry about. The situation is fixing to be a doozy, sure. But if the Aldecaldos are to rise from their ashes, it'll be thanks to you. And thanks to this raid.
Huh. For once, I agree with him.
I think Panam knows exactly what she's doing.
But does she know what she wants? Useful if she wants to take the clan wheel.
Cool your heels, friend. No one's taken over anything just yet.
We need to focus on tomorrow, brothers. Let's all get back in one piece. Then we talk clan politics.
Can promise you one thing. Aldecaldos will survive. Make sure of it myself.
Easy on the promises, V. But you're right. This clan has a chance to rise from the ashes.
I'm of the same mind. If we come back from Mikoshi, if this crazy plan works, it'll be a fresh start for the Aldecaldos, I say.
Mm-hmm. This feels like the part where Bobby says, if.
Hey now. I'm no defeatist, don't call me that.
All right, best be going. See you tomorrow. So, not afraid of anything at this point?
If only it was that simple. I'm not concerned about tomorrow. Raids like that are second nature. It's what's going on in the camp. No matter. I'm talking silly now.
Come on. All the family now, isn't it?
The truth is, I'm concerned about the goings-on between Panam and Saul. They seem to think that putting on a brave face for everyone is enough, but folks here aren't slow. There's gossip spreading like wildfire already. That Saul won't pull through, that he's in it for himself, that this family needs a shakeup.
And? They right?
They are, but nobody knows what comes next. Your turn. What do you reckon?
Dogs are
Mitch,
grinding. What
I'm
about?
gonna be facing a ragtag band of Raffen or an exposed convoy. If we want to get out of this op alive, they need to have their shit
They're
together.
trying. They might even have started to see eye to eye in their own way. Hell, by now, they both know what's expected of them. What the clan expects of them.
Please tell me Saul offered Panam a seat at the table.
And what gave you the idea Panam wants a seat to begin with?
I think I get it. Panam's about the clan, not power. Question is whether she can reconcile the two.
Hey, don't look at me. It's like this, see? Panam's hell-bent on helping you. But Saul sees this whole thing as an opportunity.
Possible loot from Mikoshi.
Mm-hmm. If we pull this off, get our hands on some sweet Arasaka tech that'll set us up down south. Do you follow?
Panam will lose her chance at taking the helm.
If she hasn't lost it already. Here's how it looks. Tomorrow goes off without a hitch. Saul gets the credit for leading. But if anything goes sideways...
Blame falls on Panam. She's the one brought me into the fold.
Saul's a smooth operator. He knows what he's doing. Let's just hope he hasn't overplayed his hand. All right, we've gossiped enough for one day. What was just spoken stays between us, okay? I'm gonna poke around some of this baby's insides.
Right. Happy hunting, Mitch.
Well, as you guys just saw, literally everyone is talking about how Panam and Saul might not be able to work this co-leadership thing out. So Mitch knows Panam and Saul pretty well, I'd say. So when he says that Saul is without a doubt taking advantage of the situation and of Panam's feelings trying to help V out, I feel like Mitch is right. I mean, Saul was so mad whenever he found out about the basilisk, and he was even saying that he was probably gonna kick her out. He had to think about it. And then the very next day, his arms open with making her co-leader, by the way. I mean, I don't know. Sadly, I don't think we get the answer for sure. And I feel like this is one of the cut content areas because it never answers a lot of questions about this. And they put a lot of attention in the Nomad groups, each talking about their opinions. I mean, I don't know. It feels like to me that there's something missing in this part of the game. I think it's cut content. If you're familiar with how the state of the game was whenever they released it, and how they had to cut a lot of the content, then you know that there was a lot of things they were planning on doing that they really never got to do. And I feel like this was definitely one of them. I'm curious as to what you guys think, so leave a comment below. But anyways, now we're gonna go join up with Panam and see what she's thinking.
So this is where you escape to when you need to think.
I never escape.
Any for your thoughts?
I have none. I mean, I don't even know. I'm so tense I barely caught a wink last night. It's likely to be the same tonight.
What's eating you?
Well, let's see. Tomorrow I'll lead my whole clan to near certain death. As if that's not enough, Saul is suddenly concurring with everything I say. And I don't even know if that's good or bad. People are doubting us. I can feel it. But they still believe if it all goes to Panam will be there for them. Because who else, right?
You feel responsible for them, and who in their right mind wouldn't?
It's not the responsibility I'm worried about. I'm just looking at this with a cool head. Saul has made all the wrong decisions to be a little more like me. But only I know what I'm good at and at what I stink. I'm not a miracle worker, V. I'm scared to the bone something will go wrong. That everyone will...
Nobody's dying tomorrow, Panam.
You don't know that.
The fam. They're tougher than you think.
Bullets don't distinguish between tough and weak. V.
Yeah?
Are you not afraid to die?
I am. All the time.
You're great at hiding it.
Any for your thoughts?
I'm thinking about the first night I spent up here. I've been on the road. I was on my way back and wanted to clear my head before hitting camp.
Before another likely shouting match with Saul.
It was completely dark. Empty. Not a star in the sky. All I heard was the wind and a few engines in the distance. And I sat here waiting for the world to fall away. For my mind's RPM to drop to 0.
Did it?
No. I realized that night it wouldn't happen again. That my mind would always be on the road. Even while I was sitting, freezing on a cliff.
Time to head back, maybe?
No. Let's sit here a while longer. This is doing me good. More than I thought.
So as you can tell, she's worried too, and she's probably been thinking about it the whole night. Now we're at the next quest, Forward to Death. It's time to meet up as a group.
Saul's back. Let's go. Maybe he turned up something new.
Saul gives V a shard, and he shows him what he's planning on doing with them.
I just got back from doing some reconnaissance. You'll want to see this.
Thanks.
The plan is simple. We have two objectives. One, get into Arasaka Tower and assist V in accessing Mikoshi. And two, take advantage of the confusion to gather as much equipment as we can. Prizes like that will see to our cash flow problem. The only way into Mikoshi is to dig through to Arasaka Tower's underground levels. Which means we have to hit the maglev tunnel construction site and hijack a Night Corps Circ. Last but not least, intel from our recon drone has showed us a couple of weak points. Once you're inside, you'll need to reach the Circ and get it to do your bidding.
Enter Mitch and Carol.
Get that drill up and running, and the road to the cellars of Arasaka Tower will be wide open. From there, V, Panam, and I will get to the laboratory and find a way into Mikoshi.
And while we're drilling in, should we expect anyone to crash our party?
If everything goes as planned, nobody should know where we are or what we plan to do.
After that, you guys get in the Basilisk and ride to the site. After you guys start driving in, Militech starts shooting at your vehicles. Then the Basilisk starts messing up, and Panam tries to repair it, and she tells V to get rid of the drones while she's working on it.
Something's busted. All the circuitry is dead. I'll try to work it out. But V, you need to somehow get rid of those drones.
On the drones. You deal with the Panzer.
Bobby starts talking to us, and then he just goes silent.
I was starting to miss you all. I got just one son of a left, and he's about to get a...
Bobby!
Jesus Christ, Bobby! Bobby, do you read? We have to go.
I'm sorry, Mitch. We can't afford to stop. Not now.
Teddy, is there any chance that this...
None. Sorry, man.
But Saul says we can't waste time and we have to keep going, so... Panam finally fixes the Basilisk, and while waiting for Mitch to keep finishing up with what he's doing, we attack more Militech forces. After you finish the Militech forces, Saul says to come and destroy the gate with the Basilisk.
We're moving on. We'll try to buy you as much time as we can.
Much obliged. Keep watch over Mitch and Carol and see to that gate.
After that display, you can be sure there's a place for you in the Panzer Boy ranks.
Impressive, Pete. Thanks. Now, if you don't mind, there's a monster gate that needs to be blown open. We'll need to split up.
Saul's right. Carol, you and Cassidy keep us secure here.
You got it.
Mitch, you're coming with us.
Man, yes, man.
No time to lose then. Let's go. Okay. I'm putting it on autopilot and disconnecting.
Okay.
After that, Panam puts the Basilisk in autopilot and asks V if he's doing alright.
Is everything alright? You seem quiet.
Bob and Teddy are dead. And it's my fault.
Teddy and Bob, they knew the risks, V. Everyone knows. So do I.
And if you'd known how this would turn out...
I'd do it all over again. For anyone in the clan. Saul told me you brought in some help from Mikoshi. Someone from the outside.
Alt.
And who is that?
Alt's an AI. Roguish.
You're getting help from an AI? Well, nothing can surprise me now.
Only one capable of breaking into Arasaka's systems.
And we wouldn't get into Mikoshi without her?
Well, we sure as hell wouldn't get out.
You trust her? This Alt?
No. It's not like I've got any other option. Just gotta hope Alt isn't hiding anything. Doesn't got other plans. Why? You worried?
I trust you. That's all I'll say. By extension, I trust this Alt won't pull any rugs out from under us.
Things will work out. They gotta. Come too far for him not to.
As you just heard, Panam just said that she trusts V, and now it's time for them to join with others.
This would be it.
How much farther to Arasaka Tower?
Not far. It should be easy sledding from here.
You should be used to this by now, Saul. Things rarely go as planned.
We have no idea what's waiting for us inside. We need you.
Well, right now
Fellas,
they
what's
need...
the issue?
Carol and the rest. Militech's all rattled up. Cut them off. They won't last long on that site.
I'm taking the Panzer. They need all the help they can get.
Are you out of your mind? The answer is no. You can't operate the Panzer alone without frying that gonk brain of yours.
Do you have a better idea? They're family, Pan. I'm not leaving them behind.
Saul, are you on board with this? V, someone make him see reason.
That's it. Things have spiraled out of control. Need to call this off.
We can't back out now.
Nobody's backing out of anything. You do your thing, I'll keep Militech at bay.
Mitch, they're gonna kill you. They're gonna...
Not today, Pan. I'm feeling lucky. Carol, I'm heading your way. Hang in there.
Saul.
You'll owe me a beer after this.
They're gonna...
We can't, and all this be for nothing. You two go on up and see what's gotten into her. Once you're
Mitch?
mobile, I'll follow.
I'm here.
V,
Safe and sound.
be careful. Please.
I can handle myself, Pan. Likewise for you. Get to Mikoshi in one piece. All right, here we go. Bitch out.
Please, no more cock-ups, please. Jack in and start her up. It looks like the engine overheated and choked when drill bit met reinforced concrete. Bypassing should override the emergency system shutdown. Lift it. I'll use my personal link if needed.
Moment of truth. Here it goes.
Got her in manual. Don't worry. No more power. Take it.
Panam, everything all right? Panam, talk to me. No, Panam.
I'm here. I'm a bit bruised is all. I've endured worse.
Panam. For a sec, I thought you'd...
It's okay, V. Everything's okay. Saul,
Tunnel's clear for now.
any word from Mitch?
Still nothing.
I knew it.
Could be a problem with the comms.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Let's finish this.
Everything is going wrong. Mitch is going on a suicide mission, and we can't hear back from him, so we don't know if he's alive or dead. And Panam is nervous out of her mind. We just drilled inside of an Arasaka base, and now we gotta make our way to Mikoshi.
Seismic dampers. They're designed to protect buildings against earthquakes.
These are still below the basement.
Right. We have to find a way to a level higher up. Quick and quiet. Q and Q.
They have a whole squad there. Convoy security, maybe.
Okay. Things are a little trickier than we expected. Their systems must have detected vibrations under the... which means instant cutoff of all passages. Like rats in a cage.
Where exactly are we?
Plant and services level. And it's where we'll stay if we don't disable security.
Mikoshi. A ways to go still?
No. The lab is in the next sector over. But we need to get there first.
Employees are to remain where they are until the lockdown has been lifted.
There any access points? Gotta get to one stat.
I'm looking. Give me a sec. I found one. It's not far. You can jack in your personal there.
Okay. Better hope there's a port for Alt Shard, too.
I'm sending you the shortest route. We need to lift this lockdown first.
Just keep your heads down. Nobody needs to know about our little visit in here. That's all.
So as Saul just said, Mikoshi is right there, which is where he needs to get better. But they need to get through the lockdown first, so we gotta go to the security room.
Alt, the shard's in.
Yes,
How much time do you need to...
it is done.
Well, I'll be damned.
Hell yes! It worked!
So we can keep going to Mikoshi.
Your path lies open.
Thank you, Alt.
Are you certain?
We good?
I'm ready.
Likewise. Let's move.
So we get to the security, and I put Alt's shard inside of it, and she fixes it up. But as we were opening up the final gate to get inside Mikoshi, something very shocking happens.
This is it. We made it.
A few steps is all that separates you from Mikoshi.
It seems you'll finally get your chance. We're with you, V, to the very end. The Aldecaldos always keep their word.
It can't be much further, can it?
We have the room past the partition, then we'll be at the core. You can do this.
Interesting.
Yes, Adam Smasher just smushed Saul's head. This was such a shocker for me. Of course, this means that whole fight with Panam and Saul being co-leaders and everything is over. And I really did not want it to end this way. But honestly, I think this is happening. I mean, that happened because they wanted to release the game in 2020 and they didn't have time. That whole ideal. I'm sad it happened this way, but it is what it is, right? So rest in peace, Saul. After that, you get to decide the fate of Adam, whether he lives or dies.
Adam Smasher. I remember you. Promised to kill Silverhand once. He was a good man, the guy you killed today.
He knew he was all in.
Saul didn't want to, but he followed me here. Made the ultimate sacrifice. For a friend, for family. Something you'll never understand.
You don't look too strong.
I'll make it.
The access point lies before you. Link to it, insert yourself, then search for me on the other side.
Then you finally reach Mikoshi. But before you go into Mikoshi, you get an optional dialogue option to thank Panam for everything.
So listen, all I know for sure is Alt's bound to stage a coup in my head. Can't know who'll be coming back from this cyberjaunt. So I gotta thank you now.
V, shut up and do whatever you have to do.
Any parting advice?
Just be yourself.
Now as you go inside Mikoshi, there is something I have to share with you to kind of explain the end with Panam.
DNA reconfiguration by the relic has progressed too far. Added to aggressive, invasive medications, the body's immune system attacking its own...
Will you just skip to the end?
After I transfer your construct into your body, you will die. It is inevitable. It is imminent.
No. No way. That was not our deal.
You shall live for about 6 months. Perhaps somewhat more.
No. There's gotta be something. Something we haven't thought of.
Your body will see you as an intruder.
But it's my body.
The biochip's nanites have altered it permanently. The body is now Johnny.
So if you didn't get any of that, V still only has 6 months to live if he keeps his body. And because the biochip that brought Johnny inside of his body changed it up somehow and made it seem like it's Johnny's body, so it's still gonna try to kill V because they don't see it as V's body anymore. Yeah, I know, it's kind of confusing if you don't get it. But V is left with two choices. To either go back and live his 6 months out, or give his body to Johnny and let Johnny live a normal life. And there actually are two different endings for Panam in the end credits, if you choose one or the other. But I chose to stick with my body. And let me tell you why. Just imagine it. If you asked Panam and Aldecaldos to help, they made all that sacrifice. All those people died, even the important peoples, like Saul, just for you to give your body to Johnny? They did it to save V. I mean, that would be messed up if V just left the Aldecaldos to rot and just go to the Blackwall with Alt. I mean, come on. But anyways, I wanted to share this for those who didn't see this, because it has a big effect on the ending too, as you can imagine. So let's get back. So it skips forward to a little bit after they left Mikoshi, and this is where we pick up.
Why'd you want to meet here? For the view? Or you turning sentimental on me?
So you do remember. I thought of it then as a one-time thing. I would help you, you would help... No, that's a lie.
Mm-hmm. Had it in for the Raffins. You were out to get him with Mitch's and Scorpion's help. If they'd agreed, you'd have told me to fuck off then and there.
Oh, stop. Look at the city. Somewhere in there, those from Arasaka are wondering how they lost everything. They'll figure it out one day. But we'll be long gone.
Gotta say, didn't expect things to end this way.
Do you mean Mikoshi? Uh-huh. Night City. Did you think you would stay forever?
Mm-hmm. A couple of months ago, no way I'd have said I'd leave NC. Would have staked my life on it.
A wager I'd have lost if I'd taken it.
Yet here we are, on the road. Not sure I'd have found the courage without you. Thanks.
Oh, stop. And you'd best say your goodbye to this view. You won't see the city again.
It's just not there. What I'm looking for.
Do you think we'll ever find it?
Doubt it. Maybe that's not so bad. If Night City taught me anything, it's to beware of your dreams. Because somehow they always find a way to come back and bite you in the ass.
V, you're bleeding again.
Gonna figure this out, Panam. Vic's drug helps a bit now. And once we get to where we're going, we'll try all your contacts.
They've pulled some of our folks out of deep, deep cesspits. They'll help. You'll see.
Good to hear. It really is. Speaking of which, what about our plan?
Everything is set and confirmed. We'll meet our people soon, gather our gear, and set off. Yes, the road could be hard, but as long as we don't f*** up, we should cross the border in a matter of hours.
Let's get out of here.
Sure. But V, get a good look at the city. One last time. If you need to, I mean. I'll wait in the car.
Well, Night City. Good night and good luck.
So Panam says she has some contacts that they can look into to help V. So at this point of the game, all hope is actually not lost. Also, the plan that they're talking about is that they're leaving Night City and they're gonna go to Arizona. Panam and V have some conversation in the car about what's gonna happen next, so here's everything to say.
Most of our people have already crossed. They'll wait for us on the other side.
And our souvenirs from Mikoshi?
If we so much as approached the gates with tech like that, they would wipe us out without warning. We've checked. Arasaka has people at every border crossing. But we know a road less traveled.
Arasaka. Deja vu.
Did I say something wrong?
Just reminded me of Jackie and the Arasaka job. Think you know how that ended.
I'm sorry, V.
Come on. You had nothing to do with that. And anyway, things will be different now. Gotta be.
There is one thing I will miss about Night City.
What's that?
The food. The Thai on 7th and Haywood. The pierogies down by the docks.
Seriously?
You'll understand once you've ridden with us for a while.
Really? Then I can't wait.
Of course, our new lives will be nothing but pure chaos. Of that I have no doubt.
Doesn't matter. Gonna be a good life. I can feel it. And you'll sense it too.
Oh, I forgot. And yes, Mitch is alive. He made it.
Panam. Girl, are you running from Night City or going to your granny's for cookies and milk? Gun it or that storm will catch you.
Screw you.
Mitch, hey.
Hey, V.
Good to hear you, chum. How's things?
Give me a month and I'll be as good as new. I told you all I'd be fine, didn't I?
Come on, Mitch. You weren't nearly that confident after Mikoshi. None of us were. He was in bed for weeks, a vegetable. It would have been the end of him if not for his synapses. Toughened, made almost fry-proof in panzers back in the war.
Did save every one of our though.
Pity Saul's not with us. Or Teddy. Or Bobby. Or Scorpion. They would have kicked your ass out of whack after that move with the panzer. Then hugged you until you puked.
I know, Panam, I know.
Gave us all a chance at a new start. Let's not f it up.
I'm glad you're with us, V. See you soon.
I can smell the ozone, even through the air conditioning.
It's that storm, getting close.
Okay, we've arrived.
It's high time.
Everyone meets up with each other, and you guys discuss the plan about how you're gonna leave.
Hey, how are things? Is everything arranged?
Everything's almost set.
So you found it? Where we thought it would be?
All plans laid and in place.
They are indeed. Come see us when you're done. We'll talk about the who, what, and how.
All right. So the plan. One more time.
We won't take any official crossing. I think you know that, right? So there's this old smuggling tunnel. Forgotten. We'll aim to use that. It's near the wall.
Wait. Are we talking about one of those famous Aldecaldo tunnels?
Mm-hmm. One of the oldest ones, this one too. They dug through right after the First War.
Aldecaldos stopped using it years ago. We got tipped off that Night Corp had found it and started monitoring the area.
You scan it? You sure the tunnel's even open? Hasn't caved in anywhere?
It's open along its entire course. And all it needs is to stay open for us this last time. Then it can collapse. We won't be needing it anymore.
Great. And once we've crossed, what then?
We'll make for our meeting point, join the rest of our people there, then we'll move on towards Tucson.
And once there, we call the shots, right?
We know the roads like the back of our hand. And down in Arizona, we have some old favors to call in.
So even if I wanted to, I got nothing to worry about.
Starting today, it's not all on your back. You're no longer alone, V. You'll get used to it. It's nice.
Thanks.
Well, time to move, before that storm finds us.
So you guys get in the Basilisk, and it's time to leave.
This is your big new beginning. So you have to start it like a real nomad, behind the proverbial wheel. Mostly go straight, go around the bigger holes, and don't lose the rest. Got it? I will deal with the nitro. The mix will go straight to the cylinders. If I don't sync it just right manually, it could blow us to bits.
I think that's best avoided.
I just realized something.
What's wrong?
The border wall. When I was little, it wasn't there, obviously. But I sensed everything was different in the north. That something great awaited me there. A bright future.
Yeah, I think I know what comes next. Once you wound up on the other side and nothing changed, you thought Night City was the answer. Everything would change there.
Yes. And you know the tale's end, too. I'm returning. Right back to where I started.
No. Might be the same place on the other side, saving space, but you're different. Totally different.
All in all, you may be right. You ready?
I'm ready always.
Then hit it! Home stretch! Full speed ahead!
They've launched the drones.
Tara! Cassidy! Get moving!
I'm heading west and activating the jammers.
They've marked me. I'm turning east to get them off your tail. Good luck, kids.
See you on the other side.
The nitro is ready. Say goodbye to Night City. It's your last chance.
Nothing left to say. Start her up. Wheel is yours.
Let's ride! Exactly what you wanted. A new beginning.
Don't slow down, Panam. Not yet.
And this is the end cutscene.
It's perfect. All great, Panam. We're going home.
And that's the last mission you get with Panam Palmer. Gonna give a heads up, if you guys are playing through this a lot like I did, because I really wanted to see what happened, you're not gonna know what to do after. Okay, now let's get to the end credits. So depending on how you interact with Panam and whether you side with her in her missions or not, you in a sense determine her path. You can let her be continuously searching for a purpose as a solo in Night City still, barely scraping by, or you can bring her back to her clan, and you can even make her the leader of the clan. And this kind of leads me to our next topic, which is her endings, like I said. So let's start with the ending that we went with, which is the Panam ending. And a lot of people say that this is the only good ending, that there's hope still, because there is. You leave that crazy place, it's like quicksand. It eats people up, and it won't let them out. Nice city. And Here is the end credits message for that one.
Hey V, listen, I don't think I'll make it back to camp tonight. Sandstorm's coming our way. No choice but to sit tight and hold it out. Just wanted to say, I know this isn't the first time. You know, that we had plans. Never realized how hard being a chief would be. Always looked so easy from the outside. I'm so lucky to have you, V. You can't even begin to imagine how much it means to me. Guess it's time to go. I'll make it up to you. I promise.
So this is a good ending, it's not bad. She just says that she can't make it back to camp because there's a sandstorm, so she couldn't go on whatever meetup you guys had planned, probably like a date or something. But then she starts saying that she never realized how hard it was to be a leader of the Aldecaldos, that it always looked easy on the outside and everything. But then Mitch interrupts her and says that they gotta get going because of the sandstorm, and that's where the message ends. My thoughts on this one is that it's an overall really good ending, and I would totally love to get it. So, let's go to the next one. The next possible ending you can get is going with the Aldecaldos in Panam, and then deciding to give your body to Johnny. Johnny's response is definitely interesting.
Really? You're just gonna avoid me? Of course you would, you coward. Here's a bit of advice for you, Johnny. Enjoy your new lease on life, because it's not gonna last long. I'm serious. Believe me when I say I'm going to find you, you psychopath, wherever you're hiding. And when I do, I'm gonna rip V out of your head. Don't ask me how, but so far I'm counting on sheer will. You know what you are, Johnny? A parasite. A tapeworm. You hear me? Enjoy the little time you have left.
That was definitely an interesting response that Johnny had. If you look at this ending a little further by looking at the other phone calls you get at the end credits, you'll see that Johnny totally picked up and left. He left everybody, and he didn't even tell anybody, except for like Panam, because she was like right there when he got out of Mikoshi, obviously. And that led to people calling V to see why he's not even texting him, or even responding to the text. And that's just messed up. Not gonna lie, that made me change my view on Johnny a little bit too. And I'm sorry to all those who like Johnny and everything, but man, that was messed up. He should have never done that, and he should have let everyone know that. And that's all I gotta say about that ending. So let's go to the next one. Honestly though, I would rather them pick that last ending than the one that we're gonna go to now, which is V commits suicide. And here's a warning, it's pretty dark.
Hey V, just wanted to tell you, I really hope there is an afterlife. Wanna know why? Because that means one day we'll see each other again. And I'm gonna make you wish you never met me. What were you thinking, huh? Or did you think about nothing at all? Is that it? And after everything I did for you, everything! And what's the first thing you go do, huh? Off yourself, that's what. If there is a hell, I hope you're in it. Rotting, burning, all of it. Bye.
I don't think that ending needs much explanation, but I want to say that this is the worst option in the game, okay? The only thing I like about this ending is it shows how terrible the effect of suicide is. It's so selfish and it's not even funny. It's so sad, and it shows just how close that Panam got to V. I honestly think that this is so messed up to do, especially because Panam literally warned V that she was scared to get close to him. He knew that she was scared to share her feelings and open up, and then he hurts her anyways. And if that's not enough, this also means that the Aldecaldos went out of their way in Panam 2 for no good reason. They literally sacrificed themselves, and a lot of their main members, including their leader Saul, ends up dying so V can get help, and he just ends up killing himself. And not only that, but if V does that, then that means that Jackie died for no reason. So yeah, I don't blame her for getting angry at him. As you can see, she was really angry and sad at the same time. She was hurt. It's so selfish, and V just left everyone to deal with his problems that he got them into for nothing. But anyways, let's get to the next one because I think I've justified my reasoning here. This is the ending whenever you do romance Panam and do her missions, but you don't ask her for help at the end of the game, and you don't die, of course.
Hello, V. How are things? Weather in the Badlands is pleasant as usual. My cooler melted, it's 90 degrees in the shade, and there's sandstorms heading straight for us. So yeah, you're missing out. No, but seriously, we're doing all right. Saul and I somehow get along, for better or for worse. But still, family's always growing, work's always piling up. But better to keep busy, right? And to think if it wasn't for you, I'd still be stumbling my way through Night City. So I just want to say thank you for all you've done for me. I'd still be lost if you hadn't set me on the right track. All right, well, talk soon, V. Don't be a stranger.
In the beginning, she just says that everything's doing alright, the Aldecaldos are alright too, and she's actually getting along with Saul, which is a surprise. But after that, in a way, she kinda admits that she was being pretty foolish before she met you. She uses the words that she was lost in Night City, and she just says that she wants to thank you for helping her find our way back to the clan. Then she finishes off with saying that they'll talk soon and then not be a stranger. So that one's not that bad either, it's alright. But anyways, let's get to the next one. It's if you didn't complete Panam's side missions or romancer, and you didn't pick the suicide option.
Hey, V. It's Panam. Remember me? The one with the car? Listen, you wouldn't happen to have any gigs to spare, would you? I'm not picky or anything. I'll take whatever pays around. If you've got something, or you know someone who does, give me a call, okay? I'd really appreciate it. So, yeah, that's it. Catch you sometime in the afterlife, maybe.
This is probably one of the more sad endings. And the last one was pretty much proof of this, because she admits openly that she was lost in Night City whenever she was trying to stay away from the Aldecaldos, that she didn't even know what she was doing. As you can see, if V doesn't step aside to help her be guided in the right direction, then it just gets worse. Like I said in the Ghost Town mission, Rogue really didn't care about Panam. She treated her like a slave. And as you could tell by that message, she's really struggling financially and barely scraping by. So I think that this is a pretty sad ending for Panam. And I would never recommend this one either. At least just do 3 side missions. The missions are not hard, they're fun, and they're kind of rewarding too. So go ahead, try it out, and don't let Panam stay like that. Well, that's all the endings for Panam and the phone calls. If I missed any out, please let me know. I would be definitely interested in knowing that. Just write it in the comments and I'll give you a little heart and everything. Thank you. Also, credit to Gamerpillar for all those ending cutscenes. I'll leave a link to the description to his channel in that video, and in the cards if I can do that. Now that's everything the game has on Panam's story. Hopefully only for now. Now at the end of every lore video I made a habit of saying my thoughts. So that's what we're gonna do next. If you don't care, then you can stop the video now, and thanks for watching to this point. But otherwise, let's get to my thoughts. If you couldn't tell already, my thoughts are definitely positive for Panam, and I love the great amount of detail that they put in her story, and even her character and personality. She is without a doubt my favorite character in the game, and the Aldecaldos are my favorite group in the game. And like I said, they put so much detail in her character, and not only that, but she has so many different endings that I never realized that most of them even existed till like a week or 2 ago. For example, I didn't even know that if you give your body to Johnny at the end, that she'll literally get so mad she's gonna hunt him down in honor of V. Now I know that not everyone likes her character, but in my opinion, Panam is one of the most fleshed out characters in the game, and I'm still learning new things about her as I look closer and closer into her story. And I even had to like move some audios around for the video just to fit some new things that I found out as I was looking into it. And don't even get me started on the music. The music for Panam and the whole Aldecaldos as a whole are probably my favorite songs in the game. Now here comes my one problem. In my past 2 lore videos it's been the same, and I hate to say it, but it's the same this video too. My one problem that I have with Panam, Palmer, and the Aldecaldos for that matter. But my main problem is that there isn't enough Panam content or Aldecaldos content after the main storyline. And it may not seem like it's a big problem, but after you beat the game, then you really can't do anything in Aldecaldos camp because there's nothing to do. And there's only 1 side mission with the Aldecaldos, 0 for Panam other than the 3 you need to get her ending. And if the Aldecaldos and the Nomads are your favorite part of the game, then there's nothing for you to go back to after you beat the game, because they're just gonna stand still and say the same things over and over. And that's a big problem, I feel like. Now there is a possible solution for this in the future. They can make an Aldecaldos DLC where they go to somewhere else or whatever, and as long as they include the people that we all came to like Panam, Mitch, and I don't know about Saul because he dies at the end if you side with him, but somehow fitting another DLC with them, maybe before the end of the game they add a DLC where you can go to somewhere else, I don't know. Just somehow fitting a DLC with the Aldecaldos. Or at least adding more side content with them. Make the game feel more alive or something by giving them more things to talk about when you find them in camp or on the phone. Panam only has 2 lines that you can talk to her about in the phone or in camp. One of them is about Rogue, and that's literally the first mission you find her. Rogue has nothing else to do with her after the main storyline. And the other one, I don't remember, but I think it's about the Raffen Shiv and the race or something like that. I have another idea too, and by the way, it's pretty far-fetched, so don't get excited or anything. Maybe they can do companions, like make Panam a companion maybe? And other people throughout their game too, I'm not just talking about the Aldecaldos at this point. Just add a companion so they can follow you around, and this solves the problem of not doing anything with them because you can just take them wherever you want to go and just do other missions with them. You don't even have to add a lot of fancy voice lines, just add a few if you want, I don't care. Just something, because there's nothing to do with Aldecaldos camp after the game's done. I know I'd like that feature, but it's probably not the most ideal idea. Just give us something with DLC and the Aldecaldos. And of course it can't be trash or anything, and I'll be happy. But that's it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like to support and consider subscribing and hit the notification bell for future updates on new content. And thanks for watching, and God bless.